How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It's Pillows of Eternity. And I need to clear my throat because I've been drinking coffee. And everybody knows that coffee makes your throat all weird. And also, your beard unruly. Never mind that. It's fine. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome on in. Jung, I see you. I see you. Does it show over there? No, it doesn't. It only shows on below the camera. The camera seems to be in good condition. It's not cutting my head off. It's always a problem that I have because I'm always down here. But I think tonight we're in a good position. Hey, Young. How's it going? Welcome on in. My voice is weird today. So what are we doing? Well. We're finally going for the man who waits. He's got a question. No, wait a minute. I need to question the Animancers. That's right. Because we don't know who it is. That's the interesting bit around here. That's the interesting part of this quest. And then we have the less interesting part of the quest that happens. But, yeah. So a brief recap. We're here because the secret cult that apparently is responsible for very, very bad things all over the place has a member. I need to find his agent. The Latinki acolyte showed me a vision of an agent of them in a place of misery and madness. I need to find this agent and discover his or her plan to see if it holds any clues to finding the man I'm searching for, which is Theos X Arcanon, who is the guy that apparently is responsible for my disease of becoming a watcher. I haven't tried it yet, Yoon. Sorry, I just haven't had the time. I'm planning on releasing a new Let's Play this week, and still haven't had the time to record that one. I still have a little bit of time, but because the game is not out yet. Just haven't found the time. So, let's go below. Loading screens. They're getting bigger. I have a lot of stuff in my inventory. Okay. So we have a nice cushioned thing. We have discovered the sanitarium. The sanitarium. Welcome home. What do we have? Doors that are not locked. Belisej. The person that fixes Aloth. That's right. You just need to come over here and he gets fixed. I think.
Hail, traveler.
A woman paces back and forth. Cozy, here I am looking so hard for answers in my research. Yeah, I'm looking for an expert in awakenings. And that would be me, she says. Though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer Animance's success in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those souls, those whose souls have already awakened. Okay, yeah, I'll have to return when I have him. What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakenings. Sublimating pre-awakened souls has been one of Animance's greatest successes, and I am working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. How's it going, Loner? Loner Wanderer, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I think I saw you before, although your name was a little bit tricky for me to read because it's got that bright green color that yes, I remember you. I for some reason I remembered you with a different nickname, like Lone Wanderer or Loning Wanderer or something, but it's Loner Wanderer. So welcome back. How's it going? We're just getting back to the main quest here of Pillars of Eternity. Of course, she's just a side quest, so I'm not really worried. I'd like to know more about the Animancy and Vailian Republics. It is dynamic and respected. So even the Belreach incident, which we will learn about this stream, did little to slow it. People in the Republics are more accepting, less superstitious. Varus, says Pelagina, though much of the research is, yeah, okay. It's a shame that so many here are hostile towards Animancy. It is, but such is the way of the Deerwood, she says. The people here are fierce. Okay, it's all good. In all fairness, they've also suffered from Animancy. Yes, that's true. Okay. I thought I had another. Oh, there it is. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. She scratches her chin. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I can study, I'm afraid. I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli. Souls such as these tend to manifest as alternate personas in the host. But I thank you for the offer. Okay, so yeah, we really need to bring just Elth over here. Loner Wanderer. Maybe for the first few streams, and then I sort of forgot. You know, the few streams where you didn't show up. Welcome back. Welcome back. So how have you been? I've been playing a lot of different games. Oh yeah, you weren't the first one. Or were you? Maybe you were the first one, but you weren't the only one. You weren't the only one. Okay, ooh, that's stealing. Can I go in there? Can I steal that? I should be able to.
At once.
At once, I shall steal that thing. That's stealing as well. That is not stealing, interestingly enough. Here, kitty kitty. Okay, that's gonna be spotted. Or maybe not. What do we have? The white that went. That's actually an area in the... Not the game, but in the... Oh, I know what this is. Leave the trunk alone. Okay, so we have a mission, a side quest. Yeah, we need to come here to Moedred. Because in one area of the city, we found... In the underground area, we found a guy that's basically a lich. Feldred, welcome to the stream. How's it going? We found a guy that's basically a lich. And he was saying... basically I need to get him his armor or something. Let's look at the quest and see what that is. Cinders of Faith. I don't remember which one it is. It could be Desperate Measures. No. The Parable of Whale. No, it's over here. Fragments of Shattered Faith. Durance. Master Below. Long Hunt. Nope. True Form. Voice from the Past. No. Avenger recommended according to Helig. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. So Helig is who it is, and I'm to come here. Oh, that's right. That is his lover. Okay, this is very important. I was mistaken. So basically, Dalton, a retired adventurer in Copper Lane, has been hearing his lover in the sewers, and apparently Helig once killed Rona or killed his wife. Claims to know where she is, but he demanded a favor. Okay, so Helig wants me to retrieve his grimoire. That's the one. Okay, so it's a grimoire. Let's hope that we can actually do this, because I don't want to get into anybody's toes or shoes or however that goes. An animancer scribbles feverishly on a parchment scroll while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks up at you with mingled perplexity and irritation. Can I help you? Okay, I'm not gonna go straight for that. Has anything unusual been happening around here? You must be joking. This is the sanitarium. Nothing is usual down here. Okay. Although now that I think about it, the patients seem more agitated lately. But they're Cadman Azo's responsibility, not mine. Then, if there's nothing else, okay, what are you working on? My area of focus is wicts. More specifically, how to cure them. So, wicts are basically children that have been imbued with the souls of animals and then they go mad, and we have excuse me, and we have heard about these guys. I always mention that he's going to be able to explain. Hollowborn who received a transplanted animal soul. Yeah, we have learned about these guys. Transplanting animal souls into children seems like an odd solution. We animancers were trying to do something about the crisis, better than letting it swallow a generation of children. And despite the controversy, it only went so far because at first it seemed to work. People called it the salvation. Children that had never been responsive to any of the stimuli suddenly seemed aware. Yeah, that makes sense. The complications don't begin until puberty, though, but that's when the incompatibilities between body and soul take shape. Children became violent, ravenous, but we paid dearly for our mistake, I promise you. Angry mobs hunted down animancers and burned down their homes, with them still inside often than not. People took as calling it the cruel salvation, as many loathed us for it, but we wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged for our help, and we did our best, or did the best we could. I don't know if that absolves us. Yeah, so these guys show contrition, and a lot of them do. Not all animancers do that, actually. But this, hi, Roller. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. You haven't chatted yet, but I see you. I'm done playing Dark Souls, Loner Wanderer. Yes, I am. the first one. I might do a let's play of it sometime in the future. But I am gonna play the second one, probably on stream as well, eventually. I changed my hairstyle? I didn't. I just don't have a hairstyle. Basically, what I do is I let my hair grow until I can't tolerate it anymore. Usually, it's when it's just sticking out. It's already sticking out, so I need to cut it. And then I don't shave it. I do sort of, you know, those cutters on, like, I don't know, whatever, 4 millimeters or something, and there it is. Man, it's that. I just don't have a hairstyle. One thing a hair eye roller doesn't get is why they didn't use the souls of really peaceful animals for their shenanigans. I think they did, actually. Capybara soul children. No, they wouldn't. They're the chillest animals ever. But they look like them anyway, like chill. But I think they did use just normal souls of animals, like cats at most, and didn't really go into like wild animals or anything. It's just that the wicts that they become are just, you know, animals, like both animal and human. It doesn't, they don't, the thing is, lore wise, this is not a spoiler, but it is, I can say this because I know the game a little bit, but lore wise, both animals and humans go berserk, or vessels with the souls of both animals and humans go berserk. Because what they're actually looking for is for sustenance for their soul. So it probably has something to do with that. I don't think we ever find out, but anyway, what we saw before with the with the undead, that aren't undead, they're vessels. But basically, they sort of, their soul lingers on their body after they die, and because the body is dead, it doesn't allow for the nourishment of the soul, and that's why they look for soul essence. That's what they look for. And if they eat people who are dead, then they don't get soul essence, but they still like it because it's like, it tastes like it. But they eventually just die and decay. But if they keep eating, as we saw in we saw a character in the First Fires, or whatever the place is that is infested with vessels. We saw a character that just eats fresh people and they just stay alive. And I wanted to kill her, but I couldn't. And she's actually immortal or something like that, because it's just how powerful the soul essence is. So that's basically how it works. It probably has something to do with the fact that the soul decays, and it doesn't matter if you're an animal or a person, you're still gonna want to eat. And that's basically the issue. Can we truly remember things? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so regarding this salvation here, actually, we're gonna deal with that a lot in this stream, because basically when the Hollowborn started, they were looking for solutions, basically, and they put animals in people's bodies. I guess it started as an experiment, but it clearly didn't go well. Let's find out how that goes. Why do you study wicts, though? Well, that seems like an obvious answer, doesn't it? I was just talking about it. What question is that? You just think of all the families that could be healed, the lives that could be restored. What could be more important? Animacy has an answer here. I know, it's simply a matter of working it out. Okay. So I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. I know who it is. Does the name Helic mean anything to you? Helic. He was, well, I mean, a colleague of mine. He was primarily a necromancer, but he was involved in animacy too. He worked at the sanitarium for several years. I dare say everyone here has heard of him. Actually, I should point out that necromancy is also a part of animacy, and that's actually what made animacy be forbidden in the old empire, the Aediran Empire. Is it the Aediran Empire or the one before? I always forget the names, but yeah, they're kind of the same thing. They work with the same thing. Hello, Travel Bar. How's it going? Welcome on in. Welcome. Let's see. He left his post recently. I believe he was seeking new opportunities in the Vailian Republics. The advances they're making in animacy really are quite remarkable. Surely you've heard? Perhaps you haven't. Yeah, we have, actually. Vailian Republics are very open to to Animancy. Let's not be confrontational here first. I heard it differently. I think he killed him. And just kept his, well, didn't really kill him, but sort of... Was it what we heard? We heard that this guy killed... yeah. Yeah, basically Moadred killed Helig. And Helig, because he was a necromancer, he sort of became a lich, sort of. But he has a, the grimoire, and he's still keeping it. So a grimoire is where his soul is. Do you know a woman named Rowena? Rovina? Sure. No, I don't get out of the sanitarium much. Interesting. About Helig. I've heard your story differently. He slides his spectacles down his nose. Just what are you insinuating? If this is your idea of a joke, I assure you it's in very poor taste. So you didn't sink a blade into his chest and dump him in the catacombs. He'll be relieved to hear it. How could... He pales. He sighs and runs a hand over his hair. Very well. Yes, I killed him. I killed that... Excuse me. I killed that beast because nobody else had the spine for it. He was a madman. Years of perverse experiments, twisting healthy souls, torturing damaged souls. And for what? He flayed the essence from Glenfathan indigents for his amusement. He waves down the hall. I'm sorry. If the public had known half of his deeds, they'd have razed this place to the ground. He jabs his finger on the desk. He used the sanitarium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame on all of us to put the entire discipline at risk. I regret nothing. Anyway, now you know the whole Grizzly story. No, I don't actually know the whole Grizzly story. Helig's soul returned to his corpse through sinister magic. He wants revenge. No doubt. He spreads his hands wide. But now you understand why I killed him. Why someone had to. If he sent you, I only hope I can convince you to return and slay him once and for all. Yeah, he says you stole a grimoire from him. Moadred's brow furrows. His grimoire? What's that man been telling you? Well, it said you kept it in that trunk over there. And I'm gonna give him the key. Let's be honest, and let's kill that other guy. Moadred takes the key with a trembling hand, his eyes darting to the trunk behind you. You've been misled. There's no grimoire here, and Helig never intended you to find one. That wrenched thing has an insatiable hunger for blood. Thank you for denying him. I hope I can convince you now to return and slay him once and for all. Yeah, I don't know what happens if I open that thing. Yes, something I need. I don't know what he's promised you, but he's already lied to you about the grimoire. I don't have it. If what I've told you about that evil, deceitful man hasn't swayed you, I don't know what else to say. Trust him at your own peril. Yeah, can I not continue the conversation? Okay. Yeah, let's not open that.
Absolutely.
We're gonna deal with him later. It's fine. It's okay. Eglaski, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Good night. Good evening, or good night, I suppose. We are currently in the sanitarium, below where the Animancers work, or actually where the Animancers work, and we're having a chat with people. Can open this thing.
Hope that helps.
It does. Let's see what we have over here. North Ward patient record, Batixa, the Pale Lady. Subject is female, mid-40s, awakened to a past life as a serial murderer, which now frequently emerges as the soul's dominant personality. Subject vacillates between violence and severe depression resulting from the guilt of past deeds. Weak candidate for present research. This is North Ward patient record Graham. Subject is male, approximately early 30s. Powers of speech absent, presumably as a result of the over-fragmentation of his soul. As such, he is the ideal subject for present research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic, and I have had to enlist the aid of the guards in transporting him for more recent procedures. I think this is the guy that we're looking for, the North Ward patient record. No, wait, the Graham. Okay, Graham, let's see. They're all in the North Ward. This is for Edelman, the Midnight Man. Subject is male, mid-20s, displays acute dissociation and paranoid delusion tendencies, causing anger and extreme violence. Dangers of working with the subject preclude possibility of further use in present research. We're gonna meet these guys, by the way. And this is Uskrim, or Ushgrim. or something. Subject is male, approximately 17 years of age, admitted for episodes of catatonia, followed by occasional violent outbursts. Initial analysis of soul revealed severe fragmentation and essence deficiency. Said deficiency all but eliminates the possibility of utilizing the subject in present research. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's have a chat with Ripley.
Welcome.
Or Ripley, I don't know. A young Orland woman traces her fingers along the spine of the book in front of her. Oh my, you startled me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm looking for an expert in awakenings. Me? I'm just Master Azu's assistant, she says. But there's a visiting scholar, I know. What do you do here? Mostly help Master Azu, set up and clean up. Okay, I'm investigating suspicious activity. I'm just Master Azu's assistant, she says. He'd know more about that. But he's in the middle of an experiment, she was gonna say. I mean, busy with some patients. You won't be able to see him until he comes out of the patient ward. Is he running some experiment? I'm just an assistant. It's not my place to gossip. I'm sorry. I just gained experience there. How do I get into the patient ward? Only Master Azu has access. I guess Head Warden Ethelmoer does too, but he's, a statue now. Okay. So if we don't have access, we need to talk to Ethelmoer. Note on Azu, Ripley. I require more copper tubing for my next experiment. Do not requisition it from the sanitarium stores. I don't have the time to deal with the Head Warden's inevitable questions. What is he doing with copper tubing? Maybe that's important. Let's go over here. Because we can't go there, and those guys are definitely not going to let me go.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
The edges of the cage are dented with scored with claw marks. Yeah, I just wanted to sneak a little bit. Can sneak in here. Is there a passage back there? No. Or maybe there is. I just can't see it right now. Okay. I wouldn't mind being better armed, so if that makes the clients a little... Oh, so what if that makes the clients a little more nervous? I thought I'd never be taking orders from a talking statue, says that other guy. Yeah. It's not actually... I don't imagine he's taking orders from a talking statue. Probably from Master Azu himself. So let's go upstairs, talk to Ethelmoer, who is a statue. He's the head warden. Basically, he was old, and instead of dying, he just put himself in the statue, or had somebody else put him in there. At any rate, he's there. He's that statue over there, so we can talk to him. Head Warden Ethelmoer.
Well met, friend.
Have you learned anything of interest, he says. Yeah, maybe. Is Cadman Azu running experiments on the patients here? Oh yeah, because he asked us to do something. I don't remember what he asked us to do, but we'll find out. Experiments? Cadman Azu is in charge of patient welfare now. He's not authorized to run any more experiments. I'm disappointed in Cadman. I had hoped he would be the one to guide your inquiry. He'll be in his office or in the patient wards. Yeah, I'm granting you immediate access so you can find him. No doubt you will wish to speak to him further on this matter, and I, for one, am curious as to what he might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards. There are a few dangerous cases. I would ask that you do your best not to agitate the patients. They have enough troubles as it is. Yeah, so the man who waits. Actually, that was part of the quest. So Cadman Azu was absent from his office, and he's evidently been running some secret experiments. I should take this up. Okay. Head Warden invited me to speak to the Animancers in the sanitarium and see if they've noticed anything unusual that might point me to any Latin Key involvement here. Okay, so that's what he asked me about. Because I asked him, hey, so do you know of any Latin Key guys that might be in here? And I was like, I don't know anything. Ask people around here. And I did. And then he asked me, have you found anything? Maybe. So Cadman Azu could be the person. Do you know who would fit right into this sanatorium? Dr. Traeger from Outlast. I have never played Outlast. I've seen a few episodes of Let's Plays. I have Outlast. I don't think I have Outlast 2. The head warden says you can go in. Be careful in there, says the guy. Thank you. I have never played Outlast. I really need to. I'm not a very spooky. I don't get spooked very often, though. Okay. So we have flesh constructs in here. And Freyol. And flesh constructs. Let's have a chat with the flesh constructs. The construct turns its head towards you and watches warily. Aw, that's cool. That he was like, I'm a construct. He's a nice guy, a little bit mad. Freyol, hello. Speaking of a little bit mad. A curved spine twists this woman's posture forward, her greasy hair draped over her large eyes like vines. She smiles at you. You must be visiting someone. Then, noting your appearance, she adds, a friendly visit, I hope. Why are you in here? Behind her hair, her cheeks flush. I don't want to say. You'll think less of me. When you blush, it brings out the color of your eyes. Her blush deepens, and she ducks her head forward to bury her face deeper beneath her hair. These last few years haven't been kind to me. They haven't been kind to anyone, really. I try not to think of it as personal. I lost my husband and both boys in the Saints' War. My daughter, the legacy, took her before she was ever mine. I made do. What else can you do? I moved into a tiny place in Onder's gift. Got by mending clothes on the kindness of strangers when I had to, but I was surviving and the gods were watching over me. I could live like that. Then one day this noblewoman comes in, wants this fancy gown fixed. Gorgeous thing, this shade of blue I'd never seen before. Only I had. I looked at it, and it reminded me of something. I had what they called an awakening. Yeah, so this happens at any time. And it happened to us when we saw that machine work. Which is interesting, isn't it? Actually, we hadn't seen this connection before. Greaves great manicures. We haven't seen this connection before of seeing something from your past life, or maybe we had, but this is very telling of our association with Theos X Arcanon, or the association of our soul with his soul. And not only have we been getting the visions that, we're dealing with him in the visions and all that, visions from our past, which we told to that lady that we talked to before, but it's quite clear that you get the awakening because of something that reminds you of that. So she had seen that color before. I remembered being a noble woman myself in another life, she says. People doting over me, men doting over me. Me, the best food, the most beautiful home, all the things you'd never dare to dream of. They were mine. It was poison knowing that. All those things I had that I'll never have in this life. It did something to me. My food started to taste rotten. The walls in my little room seemed to close in around me. I stopped being able to sleep in my own bed. So I came here. It was that or break into an estate and start ordering servants around. It seems like such a silly thing to worry about. You don't have to tell me. But I can get past it. And I start to wonder, did the gods choose this life for me? And if so, what terrible thing must I have done to deserve it? Can't I... Rationale is probably... I wish the rationale here was a little bit different. Let's be stoic. You had you had it right before. There's nothing to do but leave with it. That's what kept me going, she says. But it hasn't gotten easier. And that's just too bad. Yeah. Have any of the patients here been acting unusual? Acting unusually? Sure. Well, there's Batixa, who relieves a murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Edelman, who they say only has half a soul, and was found collecting the faces of others before he believed his own to be a false one. Graham, he speaks in a language no one understands, and wails at night sometimes. Graham, right there. Wasn't it the guy that I thought was going to be the guy? Yeah, because if he speaks in a language no one understands, maybe he speaks in the language of the ancient empire that nobody remembers now. Different from their normal behavior, I mean. Well, yes, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Azo let us know that a number of patients in the North Ward had volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to retrieve treatment. The North Ward has our most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. It's Graham I see them taking in the most. He struggles, but he always was a bit of a wild one. Yeah, that seemed very obvious. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? They like to keep them separate. I don't know what that I've ever seen the guards allow visitors, just Master Azo. Do you know where I might find him? I think I've seen him around today. Have you checked the laboratory? It shares a wall with his office. He's been spending most of his time there lately. Okay, what do you know about this Animaster Azo? Oh, I like him very much. Many Animasters could care less about their patients. Look at us like... It's actually, she's not saying it right. It's couldn't care less. about their patients. Look at us like vermin for their experiments, but Master Azo treats us like humans, even the very sick. You can tell me he does this to help people. He's helped me understand a great deal about myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad what they did to him. He hides it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened? Her eyes dart back and forth, and her voice lowers to just above a whisper. They don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He was said to be the one of the brightest in Deerwood. That was his reputation here, and that was what brought me to seek treatment. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy, but that's hogwash, even if he was a bit of a showman. He loves his homeland. He thought he could help. He wasn't one to speak of his work. Suspected his colleagues might have tried to steal it, but he told me once that he had figured out a way to create a soul. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How did he put it? A proxy, I think he called it. Had some machine that drew energy out of the very ether. Can you imagine? The point is, it was going to help with the legacy. It was going to make Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. Gods know that's something we need. Do you know what they call those empty little babies in Undergift? A proxy. Tell me. They call them boys, because so many of them are found floating face down in the water. These are mad times. Anyway, Master Azu had scheduled a public demonstration of his work in Copperlane. He was so excited. And then the next day, he was locked in his office, turning away visitors, I heard. And he stopped seeing patients. I don't know exactly what happened, and I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Okay, so this is important. It's actually not the thing that we were learning about before. This is a different incident. But this is important that she's telling that something happened to Dr. Azo when he had his great presentation.
Certainly.
And then basically he was sort of disowned, I guess, from what she was saying. WTSBQ, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Kill him dead, Colonel, he says. No, not yet. Not yet. I need to talk to them. Hello, Mr. Card. If you're here as a client, you'll want to be talking to an Animaster, not me. Yeah, I imagine. I imagine there's a bunch of flesh constructs, but these are just guards. And we have a few lockpicks over there. Probably should look around while sneaking a little bit, just to make sure I find every little nook and cranny. Cranny? Don't really know. What do we have in here? A thieving opportunity. That's what we have in here. Magranic Benediction. Let's get it. That's from Magran. Magran is a goddess. That's what that means. The Deerwood Part 2, The Broken Stone War. Actually, I don't know exactly what that means. The Broken Stone War, I don't remember all the details. We can look into that. This is a wall. This is a thing. It's a big level as well. Flash constructs all over. No more horror survival dying dead. No. No, there will be more. Just not right now. Well, I can't go there.
And what does the flame
That's where we need to go. We'll be playing Darkwood again next Saturday. So got a bunch of patients over here. They don't really talk. Master Hazo said he'd make me better soon. I have been hearing screams in the night, says those guys. That guy. He's got ale down here. The children they keep down here, pure evil in their eyes, he says. Crooked shock tally marks cover the surface of the stable. Are they playing a game? They must be playing a game. This is actually the way to the laboratory, if I remember correctly. This is his laboratory. And there's a passage, if I remember correctly. Is he here? Well, it's not here.
Not
but I can
sure
open
how
it.
I feel about this.
Don't talk all over yourself. We have a unique mace. Let's see how good that is. Oh, Mr. Azo, how's it going? Definitely wasn't stealing from you. What is this thing over here? The copper wires and conduits are shiny. The device is warm to the touch. Something churns and bubbles in this tank. And we have another thing over there. Slippery slope to madness.
There you go.
That sounds interesting. If a little bit unnerving. And then we have more things. Okay, let's see what we got. So we have Blade Golem. Means wolf heart. He's said to have been blessed by the Lord of Hunt himself, a human hunter. Okay, this might be good for you because you have a crappy thing over there. And this thing, it's minus 25 speed, which is sort of okay. It does bring... Yeah, it's not that great. Defense while stunned. Stun duration, knockdown duration. It's kind of good. I mean, it's better than that crappy thing, I suppose. Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, it's blessed by the god of the hunt, so... and we have a mace, a one-handed mace. I think we have... it's a Morning Star. Thought we had a mace somewhere. We do. It's Hanover's Fist of Dodom. So this adds a bunch of damage. Defense rating bypass. Holy crap, plus 45% damage. The accuracy is a little bit lower, but she's kind of okay with accuracy if I remember correctly. So this does just more damage. This is just awesome. And her accuracy does go down to the same level as Ether. 25% damage when attacking the same target as an ally. Oh no, this is amazing! This thing is awesome! Look at that, plus 4 accuracy and plus 4, 25%. That's on top of the plus 4, 45%. That thing is just brutal. That's pretty amazing. That is just a great find. I'm gonna be upgrading that in the future. What do we have over here? Something churns inside the tank. Good stuff. Good stuff. Crazy town, there is a space especially for me to leave my life in sanity and forever now be free. No, it's not insanity. Insanely. Aw, that doesn't rhyme as nice. If it does come to pass, WTSPQ, I will definitely think that. I told you before, because it's the logical thing to do, to think that. But let's see if it comes to pass. Let's see. A round-faced, balding man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upward slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
He talks. He talks. So... Yeah, he seems to be pretty upset. I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. I don't think he's going to say anything. Yeah, I don't have time to give you directions. I'd like access to the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. Yeah, your forehead seems damp all of a sudden. Perhaps I should discuss your insubordination with the head warden.
You smug cretin. How dare you come down here and meddle? You have no idea the importance of my research.
Yeah, I couldn't really ask you about that, though. He balls up his fists and digs his teeth into his index finger, a growl simmering beneath his breath and a deep scowl compressing his face.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
They will? He pulls a heavy key from one of his pockets and nearly slams it down on the floor before handing it to you. I heard you were demoted. How did it happen? This is just cheery subjects to talk to this guy about, and I'm sure he's not going to be mad at all. He was mad right from the beginning, and all of my lines are lines that are sure to piss him off. So let's go with this one. Hazo's nostrils flare, as you would expect, and he bares his upper teeth more broadly. Who is he? Is he, why does he have so much teeth and bites and things? Is he an Orlan or something? That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Otmar? That smug weasel. Things went wrong. Everything. I don't know how. I'll never know. And he spits on the floor as if to remove a bitter taste from his mouth. Yeah. That's actually quite telling. It doesn't matter now if you don't know what's coming up, but that's quite telling. That's good. That's good. Ethelmer told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Yes, well, Ethelmer hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved to an inanimate object, so I failed to see why I should let that sway me. If Animancers all followed the command of their leaders, where would we be? We'd all be as backwards and willfully ignorant as Red Ceres. We would know nothing about life or death or even ourselves. We would be lost in the dark with no clues as to why. Animancers must push the boundaries of knowledge, but you must be careful, Azo. Even Defiance Bay isn't as safe for research as it once was, says Pelagina. It seems to me we're still in the dark.
Is that a reason to stop trying?
No, I didn't say that.
Shall we remain in the dark until the end of time and have the last breath of the last person alive be breathed in ignorance? The gods want us to know. The clues are all around us. In understanding these truths, we honor their creation.
Whale has touched this one, Heravius chirps from behind you before adding with a whisper, though I get the feeling he doesn't know it. He nods to Azo, touching his eye patch in salute. And if we only studied the easy problems, we'd accomplish little and deserve even less.
Who will solve Widewen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Whale has touched this one. I need to look into what Whale is. I think Whale is the... it's the... isn't it the god of secrets? I don't know. But yeah. Have you tried your experiment on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point in lying about it, now that Ethelmer is involved. I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifices would mean something. Yeah, let's look into Whale here. Because I want to see... God of secrets, revelations, illusions, cryptography, obfuscation, perception, dreams, and visions. Whale is, in and of itself, a mystery with no consistent form or gender. Actually, it's important because Whale, people who follow Whale, they're always very obsessed with learning things, but they don't want to tell them. It's sort of weird. I think we are gonna find... yeah, that's right. Is it? No. I don't remember if we're gonna find their subjects or if we found their subjects already. But we have access to the North Ward, which is pretty good. And we need to go there, and we're gonna talk to all of the patients. Okay, let's see if there's anything back here, because sometimes there's secret passages. There's a patient over there. I say secret passages, I mean just loot. And secret spots and things.
I'll take a look.
I found that one without sneaking. I found that one without sneaking. We got a white leaf. Get it. And more patience. Maybe... I don't understand why sometimes I find it without sneaking and sometimes I don't. Maybe it's just...
sight.
I don't know. Did they fix it? Because this game got a patch recently. Well, I say recently, probably like a week ago. And maybe they fixed that. Maybe they changed the way it works. Let me just check something. Over here. Right there. So let's go in here. And go talk to the crazy people. It's gonna be interesting. This is a very interesting thing. Sneaking detects at full skill, not sneaking with a minus penalty. That's how it works then, Travel Bar. Thank you. Thank you for telling me how. Thank you. Okay, so let's... oh, we don't actually meet these people. Let's find out. Is this my face? Tell me, says Edelman. Okay. So I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna go... where do I need to go? Over here, I think? Yeah. Let's learn about Edelman. The Midnight Man. Subject is male, mid-20s, displays acute dissociation and paranoid delusional tendencies, causing anger and extreme violence. Danger of working with the subject precludes possibility of further use in present research. Okay, so he's mad and dangerous.
Here.
Sounds reasonable. Can I go in? This is not my face. I can't actually talk to him. You, that's my face? Why do you have my face? I don't look like this. Whose face is this? He says. He's just very obsessed with his face. Okay, let's see what we have over here. We don't have anybody over here. Okay, how about over here? Thundering sky, rain of blood, innocence must drown. This is Batixa. We can't talk to her, I don't think. Let's learn about Matixa, the Pale Lady. Subject is female, mid-40s, awakened to a past life as a serial murderer. We learned about her. The flames must be fed. Watch them rise, she says. Too much silence. Too much. Okay. Can't go in here. Can't actually talk to them, which is kind of sad. But I think there's one person, Graham, who we can talk to. This man has a look in his eyes of a hunted animal. And at your approach, he staggers backward to the far corner of his cell, halfway appearing as though he would climb the walls if it would get him farther away from you. He cries out a bizarre primal utterance like nothing you have ever heard. Okay, I'm gonna leave now because I want to learn about him. Let's actually learn about the other one because we can about Usgrim. Subject is male, approximately 17. Admitted catatonia, followed occasional violent outbursts. Soul revealed severe fragmentation and essence deficiency. So that's actually gonna be an interesting one. So his soul has been so recycled so many times, which is, you know, when you die, you get your soul goes somewhere else. That he just got eroded. Now where is he? Save the game there. He's there. A willowy adolescent boy stands in the corner of his cell, gawkish and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead, the occasional blink his only movement, and it is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy, doll-like eyes. In this state, the barriers between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you should wish it. Okay, so he's basically very, very vulnerable. That's actually very important. Let's learn about Graham here. Subject is male, early 30s, power of speech absent, presumably as a result of over-fragmentation of his soul. Presumably, interestingly enough. As such, he is an ideal subject for the present research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic. Okay, so yeah, basically he needs the guards to get him to... Excuse the burp. To where the other guys are. That was Pelagina. That was me selecting Pelagina. She's a bird, godlike. So that was...
I'm here.
That was that? I'm not really sure what that was. I'm not really sure what they wanted to do with that. If she ever gets done with being soul impaired, that white lady could write a metal band. Could write for a metal band. That she should. Oh yeah, I don't know what that sounds was. Let's have a chat with this guy first. This is actually an important area. This is an interesting way of doing the quest. This is an interesting quest, I mean. Because the previous quest that we had with the Latin Key basically was just getting up a tower and then doing a bunch of checks and getting to the right places and learning a bunch of things. It was very exposition based. We did have a couple of choices, but not so much in the same place. So we kind of went all over the place to get those choices done. So that's an interesting thing. I find that I have more fun in RPGs when my choices are more immediate. And even if I don't have choices very often, if I have like big nodes, like here I can make a choice, like 5 different options, and I just do whatever I like, rather than a sort of more progressive choice. Like progressive in the sense that, like, for example, The Witcher has a lot of little choices, and they all cumulatively build on to something. The first The Witcher and The Witcher 3 has as well, but I find that I have more fun when games just sort of, okay, this is decision time. You know everything, you'll learn anything, and here it's gonna be decision time. And that can happen for small quests, it can happen for big quests, it doesn't matter. But I have more fun when it's just focused, and this quest I think is more a little bit like that. Did I not say godlike? God touched? God born? I said something. Oh no, high roller. Rusted door godlike. Rusted door godlike, yeah. Yes, that's what she is. Still getting clubbed. Let's see. So a willowy adolescent boy. Let's reach out for his soul and see what we can do here. You close your eyes and edge forwards towards the boy's soul. The first time I did this, I was really confused because I still didn't fully understand what I was doing here. So I was kind of just blindly groping around. So I don't know if that's what they wanted here, but at this point, it's very rare that you actually do this. But I should have known what I was doing. I should have had a better grasp on what I was doing. So what we're doing right now is we're using our watching capabilities. We're a watcher to look into this boy's soul. Even though it's fragmented, even though it's completely eroded, or not completely, but like very eroded, we can still get a lot of stuff out of him. So let's see. And as you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath. As you did on the caravan journey, the soul you approach is the wrong one. Oh, as you did in the caravan journey. That's the same sickness. The soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to retract, and already you feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. You are standing in a cell now, the same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. Oh, by the way, this is not actually me. This is just the soul. I'm touching the soul. This is what this guy had, the same disease, I guess, that I had at the beginning of the game, because we were feeling sick at the beginning. Not the sickness that happened after, because that's us being a watcher. The same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in silhouette beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, the same stops every time, and the misbegotten child of the despondent creators. When the construct is closed, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you collapsing to the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing towards the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself quickly, and you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart towards the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it, and contained in this new vessel you are strong again. You step heavy-footed down corridors, unheeded by the other constructs, and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the mad, coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers, and the perverse implements of animancy. Yet you set your oversized hands upon a large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room, and go to work, bending wires and unsettling alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them, and they dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. Do you guys know what's going on here? It's not immediately obvious. The game doesn't want it to be immediately obvious. I'm going to draw the connection here. This is the big presentation that Azu was doing. The machine was what he was working on. This guy, that apparently can leave his body, the soul can leave his body, sabotaged that machine. And now he is in the, sort of, you know, the show, I guess. What's it called? It's a display, I guess, of how the machine works, which is how it's gonna work. A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl, but this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous, unlike the others. This one has no soul of its own. Yeah, because it's a Hollowborn. The man speaks, and the crowd applauds with an enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. Bear witness, he says, and he pulls a lever. The machine shivers and sparks with a bead of sweat, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow, but the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as the crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve, and the glow crawls through a tube along a length of copper wiring that runs to a set of electrodes beneath your armpit. You feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading his work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and setting and playing puppeteer for Hollowborn. But you make it look how people would expect it to look when a body is infused with a soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark, and the man untraps you, eyeing you with a scientist's concern. He looks back at the crowd. Behold, he says, but there is obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly, you take a toddling step forward, then another and another. You look up at the man, giving him the eye contact of which no Hollowborn is capable. And the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. How do you feel? He asks, at the volume meant for the crowd. And this is the moment. At the top of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hands outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength, you drive your head into the crystal globe, and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head down onto the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panicked screams from the crowd. And by the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function and merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied, you depart the body in search of another unsuspecting host, who could put their faith in animancy now. You are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper past betrayals and murders and lies upon lies that form the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you have seen before, expansive, with a tall device encasing an Adra monolith at its center. Let me see if I can figure out what room this is. The settled room... No. I know what room this is, but we don't know yet, so let's not say anything. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You are yanked suddenly back to reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There's no mistaking now that it is the soul of Theos X Arcanon, the man you have been searching for, that gazes out from that borrowed husk. A watcher, he says. This dialogue is so well written. Freaking hell. And I don't think it was Avalon. It doesn't look like Avalon's writing. It's the timing. Avalon has a very specific timing. He likes his timing. This one plays around a little bit more with the length of the sentences. And I love that writing style. Actually, that comes naturally to me when I write. I write garbage, but when I write, I do that. I do that a lot. It's just sort of extending certain sentences to play with the reader's mind, and that works so well. This worked better on me the second time around, though, because I know the gravity of the situation. When you're reading this for the first time, it's not immediately apparent that what's going on, because you haven't connected all the dots yet. This is a lot of information given into you readily or immediately. If you're playing this by yourself, I suppose it's different, but when I was doing the Let's Play, I'm always talking and I'm always concentrating on other things, so I don't have a lot of time to think about. I mean, no, I do it on stream. I do it specifically here because I have a lot of help, because I already know what's going on. But when I'm doing a blind Let's Play, it's very hard because I'm thinking of a lot of other stuff as well. But the cool thing is knowing what it means. Like everything, as soon as you realize, like when I interrupted here, you are surrounding, pulled past you. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. This bit, this is when you realize everything, and that's the cool bit about it. It's just over here you realize what's going on, and of course the conclusion of that is that, well, not necessarily Theos X Arcanon. I don't know how we came to that conclusion. That's one of the things that this game does. It just sort of has some things that are not immediately obvious. This is Theos X Arcanon. This is the guy that we're looking for. Make no mistake. This is true. How do we came to that conclusion? I don't understand. And this happened before as well. How could we know? I mean, I understand why, but that's because I know other things that are still gonna be explained in the future. Has everyone present here already finished this game? Is it okay to spoiler? High roller. As long as you mark it, your comment with a spoiler, it should be fine. But I'm doing this Let's Play for people who don't. Also, for people who don't know the storyline. I say Let's Play. I'm doing this playthrough. I do want to talk to the other guy though. So what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna choose always the last options. That was very fast. And I'm gonna reload. Because that was a very straightforward thing. And this is what he does. This is what he does. He gets his soul. Yeah, and yeah, I don't talk. So basically, I can't talk to him if I do this first. So we got a quick save over here. So I need to talk to the other guy first.
Certainly.
Okay, so let's have a chat with this guy. Not this guy over here, because we didn't do that before. So Graham looks at you nervously. This is the guy that's really afraid. You're afraid. Do certain visitors make you afraid? He looks at you with uncertainty. Slowly, tentatively, he steps closer to the front of his cell. And as he does so, for the first time you can perceive his soul within your ken. My ken? I don't actually remember what that is. It is misshapen, as though maimed by some jagged instrument, and large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. Ooh. Really? You feel no barriers of resistance. If you wanted to, you could look further into Graham's soul. Okay, this is really interesting. This is a call forward to the end of the game. It's not a fundamental spoiler, so I can tell you. This mechanism, it is misshapen as though maimed by some jagged instrument, and large expanses of it have been gouged out entirely. This mechanism is actually explained later in the game. It is a thing. Like, big parts of a person's soul can be ripped out and just cut. But let's see, let's peer into his soul. You project out towards the maimed soul in front of you, merging with it, its confusion and fear becoming yours, as it whisks you into its depths. You're in your cell, a key turns, the door creaks open on neglected hinges, thoughts come to you in waves, incomplete, broken, fearful. Standing at the door is a rotund, balding man, his upper teeth and pointy nose reminding you of a rat. That's the Azo guy or whatever. He beckons apologetic. You don't want to go, anything else. In your mind is a single word, and the word is no. But it dissolves before it reaches your lips. You press against the back wall, concerned. You cry out. In darkness you fight against unseen restraints. You cannot move your arms or legs. The man walks into the room carrying a lit candle, its meager flame casting long shadows across books and machinery. Straps bind your arms and legs. Cold metal circumscribes the crown of your head and the breadth of your chest. The man is sorry. He is in need of raw materials. They dismantled his work, and he needs another source. He needs to show them he was right. He thanks you. Then he turns a knob, and you feel yourself begin to crack from within, and you can feel pieces of you torn away. Yeah, it's not as explicit here. Like having your insides chewed by a horde of rats, and you are screaming a scream you can barely hear. Another night, heavy footsteps outside your door, coming for you. You look through a slit in your door, the flesh giant, the artificial being just outside, but facing left, facing the end of the wall, the boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant, then collapses to the floor like a shed snakeskin. The giant convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away, and leaves. Graham looks at you, still wild-eyed, but somehow more present. He nods at you, then walks back to the end of his cell. That's what we saw. He has the same vision. I got a few things over here. Got a supplicant, Wict's Walk. Let's learn about this. So it expires in 2 days. Witches, not Wict's. Witch's Walk. Every few years, an order of druids from around the Eastern Reach meets at Magran's Fork, which is just southwest of where our castle is, and performs a week-long processional along an ancient trail they believe was once used by Ingwithians. Ingwithians are the guys that... the ancient civilization, I always forget the name, Ingwithians. Nor Erglanfath, that's a country, and not Aedirin, that's an actual empire, a modern-day one. In recent years, the trail has seen little use by Kith, but is frequented by beasts and wilder. Wilder are just different types of beasts. Due to a nature of the processional, the druids carry no weaponry and take a vow to abstain from violence. They are seeking trustworthy mercenaries and adventurers to help protect them during their observances. Okay, well, you have the most trustworthy of always, Brasswick. He's gonna do good things there. So I got a couple of fugitives. That's all fine. That's still being built. Everything is good here. Save the game there. That's not actually true, High Roller. That's not a big spoiler either. That's interesting. What you said first is I think it is true. I believe I can concur. Basically, after you die, the souls go through the Adra pillars. I'm not sure those are the pillars of eternity though. Into the center of the world where they get broken apart and recombined, and they get like sent around. That's the mechanism of how the souls leave the body of dead people and then just get reborn into other people. Now this is a belief. I don't know if it has ever been tested or put to theory or whatever. I think this is a belief. I don't know if you might be speaking this from your own experience, so maybe you know better, but I don't know better, so I believe it is a belief. The Watcher as a heavy soul, that, though, I don't think it is true. A soul which stayed 100% original, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case. But now that you mentioned that, I mean, it's not a big spoiler, so now that you mention it, it's very possible that it is the case. During the tutorial, we meet the man who is, yeah, during the tutorial, we meet Theos. That's the guy we're looking for, and we meet him in visions later on. And I think we only met him in visions, after the first area. That's him. Of course, it's him. It's very clear that it's him. And he awakens us to our powers. He became awakened, and we become a Watcher as well. So those are two things. Two different things. And I'm looking for him to undo myself. Yeah, that's yeah. It's not necessarily a deep game or a deep storyline. It's just a deep setting. It's got a lot of details, and the way the game is made forces you to sort of engage with them. Otherwise, you can miss a lot of stuff. It's not in your face in the storytelling, and you can get to the end of the game and not really understand anything that's going on, and not have any memory of just like the coolest dialogue is cool. I mean, the coolest dialogues in this game are cool because you understand the background. If you don't understand, you just get through them. It's sure, it's a thing that happened. Well, let's do this. But this game, if you engage with it, you definitely can get, like, it's just really, really deep and really interesting. And that's one of the reasons why I like things like A Song of Ice and Fire and Lord of the Rings, because it's so rich in the background story and just the details, that if you engage with it, you get so much more. You get just so much more, and that's really cool. I really enjoy that. I think they did a fantastic job with it. And it's such a different take that they had with Tyranny, even though Tyranny has more choices. And I suppose maybe that's one of the reasons, because it's a less complicated setting and just allows for more freedom in terms of making choices. But this game is just so focused on telling it a little bit of details here and there, and just if you engage with them, it can be really cool. Q Danny, I don't know who that is, and I also don't know what a trollop is. Although Imoen mentions it, I believe. Anyway, let's do this again. So reach into his soul. Excuse me. And here it is. Theos X Arcanon, the man, a Watcher, he says. So we can be aggressive. We can be straightforward and ask him to undo it. Let's go with this one. I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and it seems for that moment that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, then seems to think better of what he was about to say. His jaw tightens. I know your look. You hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backwards with a startling grace, putting himself out of reach. On his face, there is no malice, only the dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Then suddenly, he slumps forward. And when I read this, I thought he was going to kill me there. But he's not. He slumps forward towards that construct. And that construct over there. And that construct over there. And that construct opens all of the cages. And notice where that shine is gonna go. Away. It didn't go into these guys. it went away. Theos has escaped. Now that's a very important aspect of this, because if you didn't notice that, then it can be confusing. Okay, I'm gonna try and get in there if I can. I think these guys are pretty slow. Okay, who's that? Sagani. I need Sagani out of there. Okay, I need Sagani out of there. Okay. Okay, this is good. Let's get Puppet Master on a crazed patient on a flesh construct. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. He might be immune to charmed. That one is not. Okay, gotta get that guy. Okay, that worked. Next up, why are you not attacking? I'm not 100% sure. We got E2Mac at the front, and we have you. Okay. Okay, that guy's ours. Let's kill that crazed patient. And when that guy goes down, I can get everybody in position back here. Because I kind of want them to come in here. E2Mac just went down. And there we go. Okay, so we have a little bit of a thing. Then we have... we could cast spells out there. But Tixa over there is casting spells. That's not good. We should be fine, though. Let's get Phantom Mines on everybody. That's gonna help a lot. Pelagina. Reviving Exaltation. Sword Enemy. Can you kill it? It's Graham. Swear. Has his enemy. Okay. Okay, let's go with that. Good. That guy dead. Okay. That's kind of okay. Let's get this. And that's another kill. Nope. That's just a finished ability. That's Batixa now. Where's Batixa doing over here? Okay, Batixa is dead. So we're standing both on the door. This battle can be very difficult, by the way. I think I did a good thing in coming up here. I think the first time I did it, I think I pulled it off in the first attempt. But I was up there, and that was nasty. Okay, you're really sort of not taking care of yourself. Please do. And let's see what I can do here. Oh, she went down. Did she go down? Did she? No, yeah, that was a knockout. That was a knockdown. We're good. Yeah, she's good. Whew. Oh, Arilagi, welcome back. Are you all right? Is everybody all right? Yeah, you did say that you were that you had. There's screaming going around in the game. You did say that you had a little bit of a fire. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, you can hear that a lot of people are screaming on the background. The chains grown with added weight, crescent bite marks pit the edges of the cot. The bucket creaks of offal. I don't know what offal is, but it's probably awful. So let's also see what that is, because I don't know why we have this. Oh, we got Wicks Walk. Every few years, or Witch's Walk. Oh, I completed that. Did I? Though the procession was long and fraught with peril, the only real threat to Brasswick's safety was an attack by an adventuring company hoping to capture the Druids and ransom them to their respective communities. With the help of the Druids' hired mercenaries, Brasswick was able to handily defeat the attackers. Unfortunately, one of the older Druids died during the attack, possibly due to the stress of the situation. In thanks for brave service, Brasswick received an old Druid's hat. Menpigras Curse. It's grants Menpigras Curse. Who's that for? Charges. Old Druid's hat? Yeah, it's for a Druid. We could use that. We really need to go back to Cadnua, because there's things in there that I really want to use. Oh, it's another word for innards. That's not nice. Oh, that's why this battle was so difficult. There's more of them. I mean, it's gonna be fine, but if I strike that guy in the face or in the eyes. Okay. think I didn't hit him. Try that again. Immune? But I got him blinded. He's not immune to blinded.
Dead on.
That's just good because it reduces his accuracy and... Nah, not accuracy, the... What's the word? It reduces his dexterity. Deflection. Resolution? Yeah, it reduces his deflection, I think. Anyway, he gets easier to hit. And also he hits less often, so that's pretty good. Oh. Yeah, a stove. I've had that happen in my house. Not this one that I live in. But it's something that's easy to have done, unfortunately. Fortunately for me, it wasn't just mostly surface damage on the walls and stuff. Which, of course, need to be repaired. And they were, eventually. Okay, these guys are kind of getting stuck. Durance, you're terrible. Get yourself in there. Oh, there's another one up there.
Curse my...
My
Come
bow's
on.
ready.
Okay. Okay, we blinded him. Great, great, great.
Dead on.
Yeah, 3 heroes were just standing back there, not doing anything. That's the problem with these with these bottlenecks. It's very easy to just getting stuck. That's the problem with real time as well. Just want turn-based. Go turn-based forever. But we're killing these guys, and they're nice. They're useful things. These guys, they're helping hands down here. But I'm still gonna kill them. They're not actually giving me any loot though. 48% chance to hit. Well, he's blinded now. Did he hit? No, he didn't. Even if he did, he's attacking Itomac.
I'd be glad to.
So we're good. Oh, we're in slow mode. That's why it felt so weird. That dude is gone. Don't go into slow mode. Why does the game go into slow mode immediately? There's an option for that, but I didn't toggle it. Yeah. That guy's gone. Doors of Doom. Not really. Not really. Actually, you didn't say Doors of Doom, you said Doors of Doom. Okay, so we need to go over there, but there's people screaming all over the place. For my primary character, I think a mage would be interesting. I really like the Cypher. I'm really enjoying the Cypher. I think the good thing about the Cyphers is that they can be focused on multiple builds. This guy's still alive. I'm glad for that. But you can have like my character, which is a crowd control Cypher, and you can just have damage dealers for Cyphers. That's probably very powerful. That's probably very good. And the good thing about the Cyphers is that they just can use that forever. You don't need to rest, which is really good. What have you done? He asks. Yeah, you have been experimenting on patients against their wills, mangling their souls. I have witnessed it with my own eyes. His face drains of what little color it had. How could you possibly... Look, it had to be done. Ethelmer and the others, they took everything from me. Everything when I was this close. I had to know. Had to know where I failed and why. Yeah, I know why. I can tell him now, I think. Imagine the value if I'd succeeded. I had something that could make all those hollow infants into something like a real person. And with a few more patrons and a few years' research, who knows? No one has come that close with a legacy. It's why I have to continue. Why I have to risk everything here working in secret. It's why you have to lie to Ethelmer for me. Tell him you've cleared me of all suspicion. I can't tell him, can I? Yeah. If it means a chance at stopping the legacy, that you have my silence. I don't think I chose this the first time around. I didn't really have a grasp on what he was doing. I didn't really have a grasp on what the legacy was. And even at facing the efforts that the Latin Key are clearly trying to sabotage their work, I still didn't realize that he is... There's a reason why the Latin Key is trying to sabotage his work, and we need to just help him out.
Good. Then we have an understanding. I promise you I won't waste this opportunity.
He used the word cretin, so he can't be trusted. Well, I don't trust him, but he's doing his thing. What if the Hollowborn kept happening, says Heravius? What if generations upon generations dealt with his horror? Well, if it could all be stopped by sacrificing a few dear woodens on the altar of study, then I can't argue with his ethical accounting. Well, it's not really about ethics here. Quite clearly not about ethics. That's the worst part of the animancy right there. So we're clearly choosing. He experimented on people without their consent. He's always gonna be like that. If you're dealing with, if you're dealing with people that are this far gone, yeah, that thing is open. Then you're never gonna have. Okay, I don't like that it goes into slow mode. I don't know why, and I want that to stop forever. Game. Difficulty. Autopause. It doesn't say. Come on. Combat time. What is this? Oh, it pauses. Oh, I know what it is. Combat auto slow. That's the one. There we go.
Dead on.
Yeah, the smoke is Cataher. The smoke is always the biggest problem, even for our health as well. Not just like the biggest danger is the smoke more often than not, because the heat you can run away, hopefully. But it's sort of it's easier to run away from the heat. The smoke is a lot more problematic, and you'll see that a lot of the fires just people get smoke inhalation. That's the problem. But the damage as well. Smoke just it's terrible, especially if it's like something nasty like plastic or something. Yeah, I have a kitty. I have a kitty right there. Black and white cat. Right there. This sharp-eyed cat is a prodigious mouser and often goes bounding off the path in search of small prey. It is coming with me until I find something else. I don't know what I had before. I think I had a dog before. Or was that a spider? I don't remember. Also, why was this closed and now it's open? And why is there still people screaming? And why is this guy still accessible? Because I forgot to take his stuff. Yeah, so pretty much everybody died. I hope the guys that were over here didn't. And I thought there was a passage, but apparently there's not. Okay. I don't think this lady died. Bella Sedge. And I got a patient out there. Okay, so some of them survived. Modred! How's it going, man? The head warden must be told what's going on down here. Yeah. I'm getting out of here. It's not safe anymore, says the patient. Nope, it's not. Well, it is now. Now it's safe. That killed everybody. But yeah. That's really bad, Arilagi. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry about that. They never came? I had a fire close to my house a couple of years back. Somebody else's house. Burned down completely, actually. And the firefighters arrived after the house had burned down. So, yeah. What the blazes happened down there? You were given permission to ask questions. Well, it wasn't me. Basically, it wasn't me. So... I didn't kill the Latin spy. Let's see, it's complicated. A patient of yours, Uskrim, was working for the Latin key only without knowing it. Azo was being influenced by a patient. Yeah, let's go with that one. Azo was being influenced by a patient, but that patient really wasn't himself at the time. You finish your explanation and Ethelmer breaks his silence. I have read accounts of people in history who could do what you describe. Very important. The accounts are few and brief and never reliable. Some go as far as to suggest that they are all the same person, which very well might be. If truly such a person was ever here among us, plotting our ruin, what would I had? Would that I had a body again and could be of some real use in our time of need. I fear that the future may hold. I fear what the future may hold for this place. I am grateful you were able to dispatch the threat before there was loss of innocent life. We very nearly had another scandal on our hands. What of Azo? What did his experiments play in this? What part did his experiments play in this catastrophe? Let's see. Let's go with the first one. Azo was only trying to help the patients. The Latin Key took advantage of him. I should have known better than to isolate him, says the head warden. Of course, he would have resort to deception. The wiser thing would be to allow his experiments with close oversight, of course. A mind like his must be allowed to work a chance, must be allowed a chance to create. Yeah. So that's then. That's done. We completed the Man Who Waits. So I need to go back to Lady Webb. We completed that quest. How long did it take? An hour and a half. Pretty good. Pretty good. And with me talking in the middle. As well. Oh yeah. The gas stove. The bottle blowing up. Yeah, that usually the problem, the thing is, not the problem, the good thing is that they usually blow up at the end of everything just being burned down.
Good day, stranger.
A woman stands in the shade of the garden muttering to herself. She's fixated on a page of a large and well-worn tome, seemingly oblivious to the blooming flowers and the cool, fragrant breeze. She only looks up when your shadow crosses her page. Do you mind? I'm rather busy. What are you busy with? She snaps her book shut. I'm studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into people at birth and out of them at death, but we still have a lot of questions about what makes them stick, so to speak. Okay, what do you mean by making them stick? She brushes away a stray lock from her forehead. Souls power bodies and give their tissues life, but only when they're firmly attached. It's separation that leads to a whole spate of soul-related ailments, including the Hollowborn. Kind of. I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not really sure if she knows that for a fact. But if we understood how to reattach souls, we could end Waidwen's legacy, maybe even conquer death. She scratches behind her ear. That's the theory, anyway. Unfortunately, I don't have all the research I need to put into practice. Okay, what exactly do you need? There's a manuscript called Theorems of Pengram. It contains research from Pengram's experiments on detached souls. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rumored to have a copy in the Elder Archives. I have heard of this book back in Salona, I think, but never seen it. Many animancers speak of it with awe, says Pelagina. The theorems could advance my research by leaps and bounds, but Grimda, the High Archivist, worships Whale, which means she has some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge. Indeed, it does mean that. It does indeed mean that. And since she's not exactly a proponent of animancy, she tends to restrict the kinds of information that would be useful to me. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And she sighs, look at me spilling my troubles. It's kind of you to listen, but I should really get back to my work. Anything else? I thought I could... Can I get them for you? Tell me about the theorems. Pengram was an animancer working in the Deerwood. He had some interesting theories about essence and some rather innovative techniques for studying. He was able to reattach souls to bodies after death, although he wasn't able to prevent his patients from degenerating. He was controversial, to say the least, but many are starting to realize that he was merely ahead of his time. What do you mean degenerating? Actually, that's very important. She twists her hands together. Well, there seems to be a tiny problem with reattaching souls after death. The bodies will reanimate and may even retain memories and personality, but they develop a hunger for flesh, living, soul-infused flesh. This is what I was talking about before. That's the undead that she's talking about before. Without it, they start to devolve, decaying mentally and physically. If the process goes too far, which eventually it does, they become mindless corpses, attacking anything that moves. We haven't figured out a way to avoid that. That is unfortunate, says Pelagina, scratching her feathers. That sounds like necromancy. Nonsense! Necromancy is magic. This is science. She emphasizes the last word. Necromancy is science as well, I'm pretty sure. As long as you follow the scientific method, even magic can be science. Unless you're playing Arcanum, in which case, you can't. Because if you have logic and facts, magic doesn't work. Why doesn't Grimda lend you the books you need? the Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rather protective of its books, especially the rarer ones. And Grimda in particular, she hates animancy, thinks it's dangerous. I don't see how you can run the greatest library in the Deerwood and be so adverse to spread the knowledge and research, but I have never understood these religious types. Okay, I'd like to know more about the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. You'll find it in the Copper Lane district. Okay, I know where it is. What are the Elder Archives? The Elder Archives hold the rarest, most arcane, and most powerful texts in the Deerwood. Think of it as the inner sanctum of the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Needless to say, you need Grimda's permission to enter. Okay, tell me about yourself. She's an animancer. I'm searching matters related to the Wasteland's legacy. It refers to the Hollowboard Shields run. Some of this Bewicks. Wait a minute. Some have also connected it to so-called Bewicks that blow through Airglan Fath, which is the country to the east. There's hardly any reliable data on those, though, so I can't really comment. I don't care much for the term Waidwin's legacy. It reeks of superstition. It does. But it's too prevalent to change at this point. Personally, I'd like to see people take a more methodical approach to these matters rather than throwing up their hands and blaming the gods. Verus, says Pelagina. At least then we'd understand how to fight if it happens again. Fight it if happens again? Sure. Oh, I can... That's a quest. Good, good, good. I feared I hadn't gotten that quest. So, yeah. Warhammer 4th Fleet Admiral Psycho, welcome to the stream. Welcome back, how's it going? Have you played the Warhammer 40k game wherein the campaign, you can conquer the planet as any of the different fractions, or you get... Oh, I know. Warhammer 40k... No, wait a minute. Warhammer Total... No. Total War Warhammer 2. I think that's how it's called. I have not played it. I haven't played Total War games since Rome 2. And I just said, screw this, I am playing Europa Universalis, and I then went and played Europa Universalis for a long while. And I still play from time to time. I really want to get into Hearts of Iron. But I just don't have time to learn that game. I have so many things to do, and so many games to play as well. Yeah, Bumpy McSwiggums is doing a Let's Play. I'm mostly following the game there. It's interesting. It's pretty huge. It sounds like the game I would like, but the problem is combat. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of little skirmishes and stuff like that. I wish it had a little bit more focus on the grand strategy side of things and less on the tactics and sort of skirmish. Not skirmish is not the word, but you know what I mean. I'm not really a big fan of that. Hearts of Iron is not... The last one is not really hard. I mean, it's not so hard as Europa Universalis is, especially if you have all the expansions, which I don't. I have a few, but I want to buy a bunch of them. I have the... What do I have? I have the one that makes all the colonies sort of just rise against you and declare independence. It's called Brave New World or something like that. I have another expansion... It's for trade or something. That one I don't understand. I bought that and I don't understand that expansion. I think it makes the game harder for me. But Europa Universalis is really hard. In comparison to Hearts of Iron. Hearts of Iron is easy. In comparison. It's more... that one, I think Hearts of Iron is the sort of game that Total War should be. Except with the sort of battlefield thing that Total War has. That would be amazing. That would be really, really good. But, now well. Elder Archive. What's an Elder Archive? That is where we're going. That's in the Copper Lane. We need to go there. That's where apparently they keep things. We've been there before. And people there are a little bit crazy. So let's talk to Lady Webb. She's the head of the Dunreed Row. That's the secret police of this country. And they're all watchers, or are they ciphers? They're ciphers. They're all ciphers. So they mess with souls, sort of for interrogation techniques and torture and sort of that sort of stuff. So they're the secret police, and she's the leader of them. And she also knows Theos X Arcanon, the guy that we're looking for, the guy that messed things all over the place downstairs. And so. And she's the one that's basically leading our investigation. She helped us out, and we're just coming here for help. What do we have over here? Nothing very important. Oh, good. Over here, I think we saw that already. It's a very hard one to spot. A little bit of money. Not gonna take those because she gets mad. Let's see.
How fares your search?
I have other questions.
Yes.
No, I don't. Apparently I do.
Yes. All the things we are, and we do try. Me? I thought there was a time if you are many can hold an up. Yes, if you are many can. There was. He believed and died. If you are hope, many can hope. Who said I was a quiet day?
I can't get that to go away. That I have others right there. That's fine. That's fine. The blue guy looks like Draenei. I don't know who Draenei is. If you have finished one of the stream game, what will be the next one be? Oh, I did like it. I know what you mean. Probably Dark Souls 2. That is gonna replace Dark Woods. So it's gonna be Dark, just probably Dark Souls 2. I want to play Dark Souls 2. And yeah, that's probably gonna be the one. They're basically the Gestapo, yeah. They're basically, yeah, they're very much that sort of organization. They're secretive. They're although they're secretive in the sense that nobody really knows what they're doing, but their agents are known to other people and they're respected. So I guess I don't know if the Gestapo was like that. Was or is? I don't remember. Is it still a thing? I think I don't know. No Dark Souls 2 because last time you didn't appreciate a site and Heroes gave tips for the game. I died from the easiest boss. No, it really helped a lot. That's why I don't want to do. That's why I don't necessarily want to do a Let's Play on YouTube of Dark Souls. It's because you guys helped me a lot with the tips. Otherwise, it'd be terrible. Appreciate. I know what you mean. It's not like that's not how it's written. It's with a T before, so it's a pretiate. So that's how it goes. There's something I can tell you about the Leaden Keys operations.
Well, let's hear it.
Indeed, I found Theos. This should make her a little bit shocked. In Brackenbury, in the sanitarium, impersonating a patient. He was trying to damage the public's opinion of animancy. This basically sums it all up. Right there. It's summed up.
Forgive me. It is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious.
Huh. The corner of her mouth perks.
He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it?
No.
Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep.
Hopefully not.
This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale.
If this is connected to other activities, which it is, we may be in for something on a much larger scale. Okay, let's see. Without spoiling anything, we have a few connecting points of the storyline so far. We know that the Leaden Key is responsible for messing with souls. It's very likely that the Leaden Key are responsible for Waidwen's legacy, because they are responsible for messing with souls. We know that the Leaden Key is trying to sabotage the efforts of the Animancers that are trying to fix Waidwen's legacy through any means they can. So that points more in the direction that they are responsible for Waidwen's legacy, which is all the more ironic and makes me all the more angry that people are angry at the Animancers because they think Animancers are responsible for Waidwen's legacy, for the Hollowborn crisis. And basically that's the two things we know so far of the Leaden Key. There's a third step in this quest, and we're gonna take it. Not right now, it's gonna be a while because we have to go a lot of places. There's a lot of places to go to. But that's gonna be a thing. Let's continue.
That isn't enough to take to the Duke, but we're close. Avar Wolfgren is a cautious man. He will want to know everything possible before being moved to action.
Oh yeah, Wolfgren. This is the Duke. That's all. Okay. The Hermit of Hadrid House. Oh yeah, she's the hermit. Because nobody talks to her, that's why that's the hermit. And it's the quest. We completed that. Legend key might as well be asbestos key. Isn't it asbestos? Or is it asbestos? I don't know. Toxic keys. I don't want cancer. No, it's terrible. It's just asbestos is terrible because it's like the fibers. They're really so tiny and they smash against your innards because you breathe them in and then disease happens. It's terrible. It's terrible. So tiny and so deadly. And so everywhere. Sorrel, hi. You should have seen the looks on those nobles' faces when I moved in. Says Sorrel. I don't actually remember you. Sorry. Anyway, we need to leave here. Because we need to go to Brackenbury. To Copper Lane. We need to go to a lot of places, but to Copper Lane first. Because we're going to that place that has books. We need to find a book for that lady that has a strand of hair in front of her forehead. Because that's what I remember from her. I'm quite a fan of the thing. Or any doesn't necessarily have to be so stupid as the one I did right now. Okay, so we need to go to Scrivener's Dormitory. Marketplace. Where is it? Then the expedition. It's here. Let's look at the journal here. Fragments of a Shattered Faith. Trials of Durance. There it is. Go to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries in Copper Lane. Yeah, where is such a thing? I think it's here. Maybe. Pressing tab here. Maybe it's closed during the night. Could be. Let's see if this is it. Oh, Gestapo was dissolved. Oh, that's right. Gestapo is German. Sorry. Yeah. They got another one, though, didn't they? Like, Gestapo went away, but that was another thing. I remember reading about it. We were going to say that is an odd definition of winning. Oh, after the Germany war. Oh, I see what Fleet Admiral Psycho is trying to do. I know what he's talking about, though, Flordham. I was thinking of the word World War II while writing. Oh, no, maybe that was just... that was by mistake. Actually, there's an interesting story behind the Gestapo. I believe, from what I read, there's another police that came after the Gestapo. And I believe there were a lot of higher-ranking officers in the Gestapo that never were sent to trial. And they remained in functions, and in those functions. Lamula's house. I don't know where I need to go. Oh, it's over there. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I thought there was an exit. It's this one. And that's that. So, yeah. Fleet Admiral Psycho wasn't talking about that, but yeah. It is an odd definition, though, of winning, definitely, for sure. But for those people, they won, because they survived. And they weren't tried. This game will have a sequel. I don't know if it's going to come out this year. It's in development. I think the alpha stages are already out, so you might find some videos on YouTube. I backed it, but I don't know if I have access to the alpha. I haven't received anything, so I probably don't. I thought I had gotten the alpha stage. Well, it doesn't matter. I only played when it's complete. But it's already under development. It's called Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Deadfire stands for the Deadfire Archipelago, which is an area in this game. Not in this game, but in the world. So that's going to be interesting. And we're going to have, well, sea travel and things, and it looks amazing. It's still real time with pause, so, you know. It's like such wasted. Just such waste. This game, if it were turn-based, it'd be the best thing ever. Forever. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Actually, there's better games. But it's really good. It would be really good. Also, less combat. Because it's turn-based, it's slower combat, less combat. That's another advantage of turn-based. You have less combat. It's better. Because you have less combat. Let's see. So we need to talk to Fexa?
Greetings.
Hello. No. We need to talk to the leader of this place, I believe. I stole everything that they had. Priest of Whale. Is that you, sir? May the 100 visions be revealed to you. Yeah, these guys, they have him over there, yeah. These guys are really weird. They are really weird. Also, let me see if I can get that. Probably can't. Save the game there. Ooh. Good stuff. Bruno, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Oh, you back too as well, Florian? So, yeah. Not just me who doesn't have alpha access. Stasi. Oh, Stasi. That's the one character. That's right. That's right. That's the one I was thinking of. I think he's gonna detect me. Yeah, he detects me as soon as I touch him. And it's impossible to go from anywhere unless... because I'm better at this now. They don't mind me going around sneaking. Yeah, it's not possible. Okay, let's just have a chat with the leader of this place. What is the last DLC if this game have one? I like it. This game has 3 DLCs. It's got 2 expansions or 2 parts for a single expansion called... I can't tell from here. The White March, which is an area of the game. It adds like a lot of areas, like probably another 33% of gameplay. It adds also some quests here in the main area of the game. Quite a few, actually. Adds quite a lot of stuff. The whole thing of us having to defend our claim for Caed Nua is from the expansion. And there's also an extra DLC, a single one, that is free. That one is free. That adds a merchant, a single merchant with a few items that you can get. We got a couple of items from him, and we're going to go ahead and get the rest. White March. Did I say White March? Yeah, Soulbound Weapons. That's the one. Floridon has got the right of it. Have I ever played Fable? I have played the first one a little bit. And it's... I don't... that's basically my sum up. I'm sure if I got into the spirit of it, I would enjoy it. The first one, anyway. And probably the third one as well. Because I've seen some things. But it's just... I don't know. Maybe if I was younger. Or if I was doing a Let's Play. Because that changes a lot as well. The fact that I do Let's Plays allows me to pace myself. That's something that I found early on. But the fact that I can only at most play half an hour per day allows me not to get burned out in the game. That's the major factor of doing a Let's Play. But then the other aspect is that you can control, like, you can, if I want to play 3 or 4 hours of any game that I'm playing, I can, and just record it all. That's fine. It's not as fine because I can't record that many episodes in a row. I just get tired of talking. But if I wanted to, I could. But the fact that I pre-record some stuff so I can record like 5 episodes today and no episodes for the rest of the weekend and just record 3 more episodes in the weekend and then 2 or something like that allows me to pace myself a lot more and never get burned out. But it also doesn't allow me, because I have to finish the games, it doesn't allow me to just say, I don't want to play this game anymore, I'm just going to play something else. So it allows me to enjoy games in a different way. Something that I wasn't expecting. I really wasn't. But I found out about that very, very early. Very early. Fable was the first game you ever finished. Awesome. I don't remember which game was the first one I ever finished. Well, the first game I've ever finished was probably Diablo 2. It took me a long while. Because I was playing games in my cousin's house. And I didn't play that many. I played The Sims. I played Diablo 2. Carmageddon. 2, I believe, and also the TDR 2000. Total Destruction Revenge or something, I don't remember. And I didn't never finish those games. And I played, I finished The Sims, but I finished them once I had my computer, so I believe I finished Diablo 2 in my cousin's computer. In terms of RPGs, I was playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate, but I never got anywhere because it was Baldur's Gate 2, so it was very hard right from the beginning. Really, really cool for a kid that doesn't know English very much, just to get into Baldur's Gate, because you pay attention to so many other things, rather than what's going on. It's really interesting. I have fond memories of playing Baldur's Gate 2 because of that, but I can't recreate it now because I know what's going on. GTA 2. I never finished that. Never finished a single map, I think. I mean, I finished one because you could gain money and just pass the map of GTA 2, and I think I did that once, and I was like, why? What happened? I didn't even use cheats. But yeah, I did that. We can see the backstory, says Arilagi. What do you mean backstory? Oh, but wait a minute. I'm talking about PC. I finished games on console. I had a Sega Saturn. I finished the first game I ever finished without being a racing game was Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one. And I had because I had Sonic Jam, so I had the Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles, and it allowed you to get Sonic 1, 2, and 3 on top of Sonic and Knuckles, even though it was only a CD, but you could just do that, and it had new games, and I did all that. But that was on console. For PC games, I think it was Diablo 2. My first proper RPG that I ever finished was probably Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Was it? It might have been that. No, I don't think it was. I think it might have been Fallout. It might have been Fallout 2, rather. Sorry. Might have been Fallout 2. I don't remember. It annoyed you that you wouldn't save. Yeah, that was the game. You had to just play it all. Ah! Oh, yeah, that was the thing. Right now, that fire is cool and beautiful, by the way. Yeah, it is. It is. Welcome to the stream as well. Yuwash. I think that's Yuwa. I can't pronounce your name. It's very. I can't see it very well because it's green, as you can tell over there. Can you? Actually, you can't. That doesn't show the colors that I see over there. Interesting. Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 2 or Baldur's Gate 1. I finished Baldur's Gate 2 early on in my when I had my computer. That was one of my first ones for sure. But I think I was playing it when I was playing Baldur's Gate 2 and I finished it for the first time. I was playing it alongside Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, so I must have by that time already had finished Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1, because I had both games, and then I broke the CD, the fourth CD, and then I broke my drive trying to read the broken CD because I was an idiot and put a broken CD in there, and I almost read it, but it didn't. It was actually broken, and it didn't. And I broke my drive, so I couldn't play anything, including Baldur's Gate. So I just cracks all over the place until I could find the money to buy another drive. Sega didn't have as many hits on as the SNES. No, it didn't. SNES was just destroyed Sega. Although the Mega Drive was really cool. Oh, you're off to bed, High Roller. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. 2,000 things to do. Oh boy, busy times. Baldur's Gate 1 Florida, okay? Un? I said un. It's not even a word in Portuguese. One. It's a mixture of and one. Is how it is in Portuguese. Roller Coaster Tycoon. The first CD that I had explode on me was actually on it wasn't on my computer, it was on my cousin's computer. It was a fantastic game to play on the same computer, just because we had fun with it, called Rally Championship 2000. And that CD spun up so many times, the computer ate it. And we opened the disk drive and where's the CD? It's not supposed to be here. And then a few days later, 2 CDs come out with another one. It's like, what the hell? And then it was just trouble all around. What is the best RPG game from 2014 to 2018? Best of 3. Oh, that's easy then. First one, The Age of Decadence. Second one, Divinity Original Sin 2. Third one, The Witcher 3. That's a tricky one because there's a few ones. I was debating under Rail, but I think The Witcher 3 is better. Just all around. Underrail has many good points, but it needs polish. It needs a lot of interface work. That took long enough for me to decide? Or for what? You said it before I typed it. W2SPQ? Did I? What? Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's have a chat with this guy.
Greetings.
Oh, to the side. Mass Effect 2014. My favorite Mass Effect is the first one. It wasn't as good as Knights of the Old Republic 2. And if you can't make a game as good at least as Knights of the Old Republic 2, then I mean, it was fun. I like the first one. Oh, Skyrim. Yeah, I have fun with Skyrim only with modded. Otherwise, it's just bleh. It's just the same thing. But it depends on how you play it, of course. It depends on just this sort of game. I can totally see people absolutely hating with The Witcher 3 and absolutely loving Skyrim and the other way around. It depends on what you're expecting. So let's see. An animaster named Neodine. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes. And see that Neddy never sets... That's not what I wanted. Why did I do that? No. No. I want that book. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Custom RPG map for Age of Empires 2. That's a game I never played. And I really should have, but I didn't because I didn't have it. I've made a lot of maps for StarCraft, though. Not RPG maps because I didn't have that skill. But maps in general. And I had a lot of fun playing with myself. With StarCraft 2, I mean. So, let's see. I found a way inside the Hall of Reverie, but the Elder Archives lie behind more locked doors. Yeah, so... Let's not tell...
At once.
Didn't we... Oh, it's that door. Oh, that's easy. No entry into the archives without Grimdust's permission, says this guy. Sure, lady. Hi. Okay. How about I just steal in there? My God.
Hope that helps.
We got in there. I made it into the manuscript. I know. Oh, was nobody after me? Ooh, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to get the scrolls in here. I want them over here. Oh, that's new. Look at that. We have a new thing. What is it? Scroll of Valor. Yeah, that's definitely not what we're doing right now. Okay, Animancy on the modern age. The queen that was and still is. It's interesting. That's the chest I would need. It's not going to be terrible at all. The Life and Discoveries of Pengram. Oh, that's the one. Okay, we have a trap. Theorems of Pengram. That's the one. A heavy old book that carries the dust of centuries. Take it. Return to Nedin. Yeah. There's no hiding from the truth, you crazy lunatics. There we go. That worked. Nobody saw me get in. Nobody saw me get out. It's good. You know a game that I really enjoyed that was kind of like The Age of Empires? Anno 1404. That was really fun. And then I tried out, I don't know, 1702? No, the one that came after that. I think it was 2205. And I really didn't like it. It sucked. And then they released another one after that, I think. And it sucked as well. It was in the moon or something. I don't know. Oh, no, 2070, I think. The one that I tried out was. Okay, so I need to leave. There's been a burglar. A thiefity. Oh, it corrupted. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that's why backing up is so important. Speaking of which, I need to do my backup. I played Counter-Strike 1.3, and
Don't
through
bother
that...
the cat, Itumak. You'd have better odds against a Stelgar.
It's so cool. It's so cool that they're actually reacting to me having a pet cat. And that's what Ether was talking about before. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. He was just having was petting the cat. And Itumak was apparently bothering the cat or something. That's really cool. What happened? Sonya finishes escorting the supplicant in the stronghold. That's just really good. Let's go ahead to... Look at this beautiful place. Just beautiful, beautiful place. Over there, because we need to talk to that lady that wanted the book. And we have the book. I played Counter-Strike 1.3. Actually, I started playing in my cousin's house a game that came before Counter-Strike. We didn't have Counter-Strike. Well, my cousin didn't have Counter-Strike. And he had, I don't remember what the game was. What the name was. The name of the game was. It was a mod as well for Half-Life 3. Half-Life. But I don't remember the name. It was like Counter-Strike, but a little bit more inspired in Quake than it was as novel as Counter-Strike was. And then I started playing Counter-Strike in 1.3 and followed it until... I remember... No, wait a minute. I think I played 1.2, and then in 1.3 they changed the jump mechanics, and I remember having learned the 1.2 mechanics. They changed the jump mechanics on 1.3, and then I learned the 1.3 jump mechanics where it slows down when you jump. I think that's how it goes. And then I jumped to 1.6 with a big mod pack. It's just he didn't have internet at the time, so it's like a big jump. And I played 1.6 for a bit, all against bots. And then I didn't play Counter-Strike for a long while until I got Global Offensive back in 2013. I bought it, I think, for the original price, so it might have been very late on the original price thing, because I think it's now way cheaper. I think I say original price, I paid $15, so I think that was the original price for Global Offensive. And I have like 300 hours. It's not too much, but I have 300. Supreme Commander 1.1 and 2. Yeah, I played one, just a few missions that didn't really captivate me. The guy who made it though, he's pretty cool. I like him, but yeah, who made Supreme Commander. You should have the pig and Ether in the party together. He loves pigs. I had a pig, the miniature pig, but I don't think they added that. They didn't say anything when I had I don't know actually. I have a pig. Where's the pig? I have a dragon, a dog, and a cat, a black cat. But that's an undead cat, by the way. And I have this pig, a giant miniature space piglet. Does Ether say anything? There it is. He's not going to say anything now. There it is. That's the pig. But I'm not going to go with it. I prefer the cat. Just better. And I had the dragon for a while. Nothing really happened for the most part. I don't remember anything. Tavern Hotep, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Blue Shift. I think it might have been that. Day of Defeat was World War II one. I also played that one, but no. I played the original version. But I think it was Blue Shift. I think it seems to remember that. Deathmatch Classic. I don't remember. Oh, there was a basic pig? Wait a minute. What? Do you start out with it? Because I don't have that. The Space Piglet is because I have pre-ordered the game. Or backed it up, or I don't remember. Ever heard of Outleaf? I have not. It's an amazing game like StarCraft. Totally in Portuguese. I didn't hear about that. Oh, it's a quest reward. You want to see the dragon? Let's see the dragon. Where's you, dragon? It's a white wyvern. I don't remember actually what it is. It's a white worm. Tiny white worm. This worm appears to have been a runt of the litter. And we got it in
I'm here.
Odnua. Right there.
I'm here.
Let's see if it follows me. It does. And just follows me around. It runs away like the cat does. That thing would not fly, by the way. It'd need to beat its wings so much faster than that. That's like the weight of a chicken. That thing is huge. But no, it wouldn't fly. The cat wouldn't either. Kitty is better, yes. It's very small, yes. It'd be interesting to have like huge pets. I mean, I guess that's what you have companions for. And that's what Itomak is. Look at him. He makes a noise. You heard that? Look at that.
Yes.
Look, look. Oh.
I'm here.
He does a little sort of. Very, very tiny though. Worm tongue. Yeah. Dog Days, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I did not see your name. Why did I not see your game? Your name. You were saying things and I was replying to you and I don't see your name. I'm sorry. The blue girl. Oh yeah. She's my character, Salanumbra. I wish she was a little bit different on the portrait, to be honest. Woof woof, yes. Tiny Animat, best pet. Oh, that's right. We have a Tiny Animat. We'll have it. We'll have it. I'll do the quest, so yeah, we'll have that. Let's have a chat with Nadine and just finish this thing. You'll never believe what I found. You Lady of Lament, you really found it. I can't believe it. It really exists. Thank you so much. This will be invaluable. Yep. What happened? Did I actually gain reputation? I don't think so. I'm glad this will be useful to you. I don't suppose you could spare... No, let's not go with that. I was glad to help. Okay. Let's get no reward there, because it doesn't really matter. Because I have so much money anyway. So where we are going now? We've done everything there is to do here in Defiance Bay. Where we're going is back to Cadnua. We have other things to do there. 22 hours and 27 minutes. Should be alright. Should be alright. Another Age of Decadence run. Yes. Yes, indeed. There are plans on that. I wanted to be playing that already. But,
Looks a little healthier than before.
Shut up. But I just don't have... I haven't had the time to play it and to fit it into my schedule. I do want to play that, and I will be playing that. But I just haven't had the time. I'm sorry. And I will be playing it. Oh, I can't purchase. Okay, good. No, I still have 2 hours finished. Yeah, 2 hours. Okay, so we have, or should have, rewards in here. Because we got a couple of quests done. There's the soundtrack. A return to court. Oh, that quest has been updated. Oh, they asked me to go over there again, or what happened? We had to come back. Oh, that's right. We had to come back over here because of the guy. Let's see. So, the false meeting of Chancellor Warren. Apparently, we were asked to meet this guy there, and we did meet him. It just, we were assaulted when we did. And the attack by Captain Emery were both distractions to keep me away from Cadnua for a time. I need to return there to find out what's been going on in my absence. Hopefully nothing terrible. A mob of common folk have gathered in front of the Great Hall of Cadnua. They seem incredibly angry about something. Lord Gathman's doing, no doubt. There's a mob, all right. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Didn't mean to move up here. I wouldn't pay, so they set my crops on fire. When my boy tried to stop him, they knocked him over the head. He's alive, but he can't think straight no more. Your boy got lucky. My guards, good men both, got put to the sword after they'd surrendered. I paid those thugs what they wanted, but they still took everything I had. There she is. A woman points at you, and all eyes in the crowd turn their hostile gaze upon you. Can I help you people with something? Let's go with that. We don't need help. We just want you to leave us alone. We want justice. Go on. You sent your men to my farm to collect a crop tax, saying we was overdue. For me, it was a road toll. I've been traveling up and down this way for years, and this was the first I'd have heard of such a thing. Other people in the crowd chime in with similar stories. What makes you think I sent these men? They said they were acting on orders from the Lady of Cadnua. That's you? Yeah, if it happens again, it's not on my orders. You heard it directly from me. Say we believe you. What about what we've lost? What about my crops? And my goods? The families of my guards? Well, money. I'll shower you with money. Can I shower them with money? I can. Share this among yourselves. 1,000 coppers. I am really not benevolent at all. Take this, 100. That's an insult. But sure, let's go with that. Most generous of you, milady. The villagers nod and smile at you, uttering thanks as they distribute the coins between them. I got 3 prestige because of that. Few people died, and I got the prestige. Tavern Hotep, welcome to the RPG Armies. Thank you so much for your subscription using your Twitch Prime. You're very generous. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for joining the RPG Army, as I said, because that's what I call. That's what you call. Is it? I don't know. You guys can come up with names. It's fine. I don't like the Dog Days. Interestingly enough, doesn't like pets in real life, but he loves them in video games. So that I guess that makes up for the fact that he goes by the name the Dog Days. Talking to Praetor, and I had to make good use of items. A Praetor. Oh yeah, in the Age of Decadence. Yeah, you do. That's interesting. Actually, I haven't played as a Praetor. I figured I need to play that. Oh, that must be interesting. Oof. I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I will do that eventually. But my next playthrough will be as an assassin. Colonel, do you have a child? No, I do not. What did I get mad about? What? About the people over here? No, it's all fine. It's all good. Just do what you can. Put down those peasants. No, I'm trying to get them on my side. Is it true that Vince Aqua Vault Dweller actually is not also known as Vault Dweller, is V Dweller? It's different. Developed lead developer of the Age of Decadence is Brian Mitsoda, writer of. No, it's not. Brian Mitsoda worked with Vince. Brian Mitsoda and his wife. I know her name. I knew her name. I'm sorry, I don't know her as well because she worked. Her first work, I think, was in Obsidian when they did Mask of the Betrayer, and she's just not as big of a name. But they both they were the developers of Dead Space, which uses the same engine as the Age of Decadence. And they cooperated, and the programming was done by Nick from the Age of Decadence. So they kind of well, some of the programming at least. So they kind of collaborated there. But Vince is not Brian. No, Vince. Actually, I know his first name, but I don't know his last name. I know a few things about him. He wants an anonymity, so I never really understood. I think I pressed him on that once, not directly, sort of indirectly, but he was very cool about that. Fortunately, because I was being a little bit of a jerk, and he just wants anonymity because he's concerned about his other sort of, responsibilities and stuff. He doesn't want to be he doesn't want his online life, I guess, to join with everything else, which is okay, I suppose. It's nothing too weird. It's like anything really. Oh yeah, he's very engaged. Vince is very engaged. You'll if you go to the forums, the official forums, he's always there. He's got a very specific writing style, though. He's very blunt. I did a few interviews back when I was writing for video games, and I did an interview with him. I don't think it was one of my first ones. This was back in 2009. And at the time, we thought that the game was going to come out at the end of 2009. And then was delayed to 2012, and then it wasn't in 2012. but he's got a very direct and blunt style. I get the impression that he's not, how should I put it? I get, not that it's not, I get the impression that he's very aware of what people want him to say, well, in interviews in particular, and he plays around with that a little bit. If you read his interviews, they're all very short, they're very focused, and a lot of the times you'll notice that some questions are asked in a sort of intentional way to let when you're trying to interview somebody, you're trying to ask to get them to talk, and sometimes some of his answers are directly regarding what the people wants them to talk about. It just goes directly to the point without actually answering the question. So he's very aware of that. I've always thought of that, and even in his forum things, because I've been following him since 2007, right about that time was when I joined the RPG Codex, and he was an editor at the time in the Codex, and he wrote in the forums and said a bunch of stuff there. This was back, I think at the time Rochambeau was not around anymore, but this was back in a very busy time for the fan base of a lot of RPGs, because the 2000s were terrible and awful. So the RPG Codex really gained its reputations at that time. These days I don't go there anymore much. It's sort of a normal forum, I guess. I lost touch with the community, as it were. I still post there every once in a while. But he's very learned. He's very careful about what he says. He's definitely that sort of person that's not gonna say things without having thought them before, which is something that I admire in him, because I am not like that, because I'm an idiot. I try to be, but I just say things sometimes. It's just like that. I think it's better, Floridum. I think the RPG Codex is definitely better than it was at a certain time. I think as times moved on, and people kept streaming into the Codex, it just sort of diluted some of the community that was still back there. Cloud, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, my own one and only mod. I still remember when I modded you. Cloud, how's it going? Yes, you missed the stream by 2 hours and 14 minutes and 46 seconds. 18 minutes and 46 seconds, just to say. Yeah, it's an okay site to stay in touch. If you want news, you probably want to go to the RPG Watch. That's better. It's also an interesting community. It's a little bit less cohesive, a little bit less united, the RPG Watch community, but still, there's still a lot of people there that are very interesting and very knowledgeable about things. But the Codex, when I was back in 2007, that's always been a background for me when I play games, because I know I'm such a small weight, like a lightweight, I should say, in RPGs. Because back in 2007, this was 10 years ago, online, which is a century ago, there were so many people on the Codex, in particular the Codex, but you could also find them in the No Mutants Allowed and Duck and Cover. And those were basically the sites I visited. There were so many people that were really so knowledgeable about all the things, and that people that had many discussions and talked with developers of old games. Like you see these days, you see Matt Barton, which has a channel on YouTube, a very interesting channel. You guys should check it out. Matt Barton. Somebody type it down for me, please. Matt Barton has a channel where he interviews a lot of people, and he knows a lot of them from talking to them before, and he has histories with them and all that. And Matt, I think is like about 40 by now, maybe a little bit older. And he's very knowledgeable in regards to the connections. And back then there were a lot of people like that, especially because you have to understand that the development of video games, RPGs in general, was very open in the late 90s, and actually not all throughout the history of RPGs up until the late 90s, and then a little bit at the beginning of the 2000s. these days it's a little bit different. There are still companies that do that, especially in indie games. I think Obsidian is still a little bit open and still retains a little bit of that where you can talk and ask people. And especially now with Kickstarter, that's kind of coming back a little bit for Obsidian in particular. Not so much for In Exile, which is a shame, but that also reflects in the games they do. But it was very open, and you didn't just have discussions in forums. You had discussions in emails, and people were talking to developers in emails and phone calls, and you hear all these things, you read all these things. They're still available if you want to look them up. It's just huge amounts of posts in forums. But you'd hear all these things like, I talked to this guy, like people who had access to Fallout 3 all the way before, like 2 years before the E3 presentation, and nobody knew what Fallout 3 was going on. Even in Bethesda, people were still open, and Bethesda was open all throughout the Oblivion development, and especially for Morrowind. So that was the very different landscape back there, because it was such a small community of developers and followers that anywhere you went on a forum, the big names would be around, and you just said something stupid, they would come on and just say, oh, it's not that, it's this or something or other. And now it's just so widespread because the internet is just so much bigger. So that, going back to what I was saying, is when I talk about video games, about RPGs in particular, I am very much aware that how much of a lightweight I am, because I'm a noob. I'm very new. I'm relatively new in comparison to those guys, but they're not around anymore. And some of them are. There's some of them that are. Maybe they changed names all over the place, but they basically just let go. You know, they just they get disillusioned with gaming, or they just don't want to talk anymore, or they get jobs to do something else. There's a few guys that I still know from, that are in the industry one way or another, but they just don't talk anymore. And there's all this knowledge of these people that talked to big names, big developers like Ken Levine and Warren Spector and stuff like that, and that followed very closely to develop the career birth of guys like Avalon and Mitsoda, to the point where, you know, the lead developer of The Age of Decadence worked closely with Brian Mitsoda, the guy that made Bloodlines. Vampire Bloodlines. So it's crazy like that. It's sort of crazy. Oh, thank you. It's not a glorious beard at all, Cloud. It's a bad beard. I'm letting it grow to try and trim it only at a certain point. I guess it's getting to its maximum pretty soon. Oh, and Chris Avalon posts a lot in the Codex. There's a lot of those guys that still post a lot in the Codex. The other day I saw a post from Chris Avalon, like 2 weeks ago. I just went on a random topic and I updated, and Chris Avalon was posting there. I was like, there it is. It's kind of funny because these guys are superstars. They're really truly superstars. The only reason they're not, like, I don't know, some big name from cinema is because people are focused on Assassin's Creed, and it's so inhumane, the development. Even if they are focused on Assassin's Creed, they're not focusing on the developers. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Oh, another RPG like Fallout New Vegas. Well, I think in a lot of ways, Pillars of Eternity is a little bit like Fallout New Vegas. Sawyer was definitely had definitely a different role. Josh Sawyer had definitely a different role in the development, but Pillars of Eternity is very much like Fallout New Vegas in regards to the approach to the RPG bit of it. It's just not like everything else is not the same. But the original bits are like non-gameplay related things, I think. The beard makes you just want to crawl around in it. In the beard? Yes. When I go to bed, it's just beard all over. Yes! Do you think Numenera would have been better received with... Oh, I get what you mean. Without all the Planescape... yes, it would have. Definitely would have, Fleet Admiral Psycho. Without all the Planescape spiritual successor hype building, it would have. I hope that Numenera was a turning point in the development of games in the In Exile company. Because what they had was effectively feature creep. where they basically were shooting too high, and then halfway through development they realized they hadn't done what they should have done and just sort of fired, or whatever happened to the main developer or the lead developer or whatever, just sort of they went away and somebody came in and they finished the game. I still think it's a fantastic game. It's a lot of fun. The writing is very good. It's got some of the most interesting quests and NPCs I've ever done, and I think it does a lot of things better than Planescape Torment. The tiny little bits of detail here and there, those are the ones that, because it is compared with Planescape Torment, it just doesn't live up to the internal consistency of Planescape Torment has, and that was the problem. There's shortcomings to it that are not forgivable once you play Planescape Torment, and also the fact that it takes after it so much. Like, there's so many like callbacks to Planescape Torment. Please, they shouldn't have done that. Why did they do that? It's not a good idea. Scaling down stretch goals from the Kickstarter. Yeah, well, that's true. They didn't really got too much stuff out of the Kickstarter campaign, from what I saw. But it has to do with the fact that they just sort of screwed up the development. But more than anything, they really screwed up the vision, which is great that they screwed up the vision for the marketing. That game is not made with marketing in mind, and that is great, because if that game was made with marketing in mind, it would be a terrible, terrible thing. There's a lot of stuff there that I'm sure they regret putting in, and I'm very happy that they did. Like, specifically the way they approach dialogue. People complain that it's very verbose, but yeah, it is very verbose. But the biggest aspect of Planescape, of Tides of Numenera, about the text, is that you actually don't get breaks from it. You don't get breaks from the text. You're like reading all the time. So it's not verbose because it is more verbose than Planescape Torment, although it is. The pacing is the same, though. Like, the time it takes you to read, or the number of words it takes you to get from one thing and then do a bunch of actions to get to another, is still the same thing. At least I found. But the problem is there's no breaks. There's no filler combat. And I bet In Exile is just hurting so much. They sold little because of that. But I'm very glad it doesn't have filler combat, because it is a better game for that. And I'm really, really happy that they didn't put that. But yeah, if they wanted to sell more, they should have put filler combat. What they should do is just have a game mode. Game mode for normal people, and then a game mode for hidden people. Like, a hidden game mode for other people, that just no filler combat. The real game, the one that we can't advertise. And then you just play it, and there's no stupid, those terrible things that you have to fight in Planescape Torment. Oh boy. Oh yeah, Flortum. I can't say much. For a long while, both Leonard Boyarsky and Tim Kaine have been doing interviews with a lot of people, and every chance they get not to talk about Fallout and their history, I guess they are just really, really tired. They talk about things when they talk about design. They talk about things like third-person design, stuff like that, as if they were developing the new Fallout New Vegas, or third-person shooting in particular. But they're not developing the new Fallout New Vegas. They're not. That's not a thing. That's not a possibility. I'm sorry. I know people want it. It's just not possible. Bethesda doesn't let them. Okay. But they are also probably not. I mean, from what I've seen, like, I'm trying to connect all the dots. They're probably not doing the next Vampire Bloodlines either. They are not in the best of relationships that I can tell. With Paradox. I think Paradox might have bitten them or something, or there might have been something that Paradox did that they didn't like. And I also didn't like really that much that Tyranny had stuff like daily rewards. You just got into the game every morning and it's just like, oh, look at that, it's a new item. And it's like, what the hell, why are you doing this? So I don't know what Paradox is trying to do. But they're not in the best relations of Paradox, and Paradox owns the World of Darkness IP. They are making a game with another company. I think it's Cyanide, which I hate. But I don't hate the people that work there. I just hate it because I played their cycling manager games, and they suck. The company that does Cycling Manager sucks because they focus on graphics and they make the games worse. They are dumb. And also they don't know how cycling works. I do, because I was a cyclist and I actually follow cycling. Well, I don't anymore. But anyway, I don't like Cyanide that much. They're making the new werewolf game or something. Kind of looking forward to that, to be honest. He has a nice wife, a niece wife or a nice wife. He had a non-nice wife before, and now he got a new one. So I don't know what the new game is gonna be for Obsidian. We're gonna hear about it soon enough. I have very high expectations for it, despite everything. What they should do is a turn-based game, hardcore RPG. That's what they should do. Just sort of the new Fallout, the new Prophet. They would sell so much. Because think about it like this: they have reborn. They have made a new game for Planescape Torment. They have made a new game for Baldur's Gate, which is this one that we're playing. They have made a new game for Neverwinter Nights. They tanked so hard it's not even funny. They have made a new game for... I had another one in my mind. There's only 2 big games from back then that really needed a new... Well, there's many, actually. There's there's Mighty Magic, there's Wizardry, but Fallout doesn't have a new game. And when I mean Fallout, I mean just like, did you love the original Fallout? Do you love the original Fallout right now? Come and buy our game. And if they do that, they'll get millions. And it's Fallout, and it is also Arcanum. And when they do that, they will earn millions once, like they did with this game. They do it again, they don't earn millions as much, because, you know, you live off of nostalgia. Nostalgia gets spent. If RPG Maker was like $15 with all the packs, would you get it and make a game? No, I wouldn't, Cloud. I definitely wouldn't, because the fun bit about making the game is not making the storylines. It is making the mechanics and that interact with... It's game design. You can't make game design with RPG Maker. Well, you probably can. I've seen some creative things, but it's probably harder to do than making your own engine. I just want to make my own engine, really, but it's just I haven't been able to find a platform for that. All I need is really just being able to freaking draw transparent pixels. That's all I need. Just let me draw transparent pixels. Why can't I select this sprite? And if I had that, that'd be okay. But I don't, so I can't make... I have concept arts and stuff for... Well, not concept arts, but concept drawings for what I want to do. There was at least one word in Numenera that made you go, what? And look it up. Yeah, there's a few words like that. I talked with a developer on Twitter. The developer that wrote... The writer that wrote... I don't remember his name, Isidore or Isolde or Izumar or something. It's a guy that's crazy, like halfway through the game. And I told him that I know what the words mean because they sound similar to Portuguese words. And he knew it was writing hard words. He did it on purpose because that character is like that. I just enjoy that character very much because it's just a very, very lyrical character. I just enjoy it very, very much. And it's another thing. You just hit up the developers on Twitter and just say, hey, I really enjoy this bit. And they're happy to say hi. The guys from Obsidian do the same thing. When I had like 100 subscribers, I did that with my episode 33 or 37 with the Pillars of Eternity. I had like 100 subscribers at the time, or 120, and I just tweeted like, I love this battle so much. I think I tweeted it as the episode goes up and a link, and I said I love this battle so much. It was really, really cool. I remember where the battle was as well. And the guys just I don't know who, I think it was Obsidian, the main tweeter, Obsidian channel. Replied, that's really glad to really look, or retweeted it or something, I don't remember, but they're just, yeah, it's something that I noticed very early. Flordham, thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you, you're very generous. Thank you very much. Welcome to the RPG army. Oh man, tonight we got 2 subscribers. Thank you very much for you guys. Flordham, thank you very much for your subscription. Let's go back to the game, Aralagi. Yes, let's go back to the game. Let's see. Cycling RPG, yeah. Stats on your bike. Stats. The problem with cycling, well, actually, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but it would be very geeky if you make a cycling RPG. You need to really understand what's going on in cycling. Cycling is a cool thing. Werewolf RPG would kick ass. Yes, it would. Heard of Adam? Yes, I have. I have 3 videos on Adam. I have the early access version of Adam, and I plan to do a Let's Play when it comes out. I'm really excited for the game as well. Although the writing was Could have been better, but it was interesting. It's just, it's a little bit opaque, that's all. Saying it Sticks is the best stealth game I've played since Thief 2. Really? That's good. I mean, I really like Thief 2. From what I've played, I want to do a let's play of it because I never finished it. Cloud, you're an RPG army, of course, but you are a mod, so you are a different sort of RPG army. You're not. I don't think you are subscribed. Speaking of old RPGs, it's cool. Neverwinter Nights 2, written by Chris, or it wasn't just by him. Yeah, there's a few things there. Okay, let's go back to this. What happened to the angry mobs? Oh, it's the marshal. I have something in my eye. I apologize. Angry mobs, he says. The inevitable thorn in every ruler's side. Hey, Selenumbra? Yeah, they're good people. Can't blame them for reacting that way. Your subjects are fortunate to have a leader that understands the compassionate side of nobility. But for now, they will have to wait. I have news about Lord Gathwin, which is the guy that wants to take my castle from me. And probably the guy that's responsible for taking the taxes from the people. Let's discuss it in the Great Hall, away from curious ears. There's no curious ears out here. Well, there's still curious ears inside. There's this guy over here. Well, there goes the little kitty. They really animated the kitty well. Because it walks like a kitty. Why are you playing with the tags on? I am Power Gaming. Yes, indeed, Fleet Admiral Psycho. I am indeed Power Gaming. I'm trying to just extract as much from the game. The tags do spoil the enjoyment for me. I hope he doesn't spoil it for you very much. I really do, but he does. But it's just that it's the sort of playthrough I'm trying to do. So that's the marshal that we talked to outside. Let's not talk to him right now. And of course, that's the warden up there. And we have the general goods merchant over here that we can talk to and sell things. Greeting, my lady. Fancy a new blade? Maybe an axe. I happen to here to take a fancy from your wares. We bought you so many long times ago, and now we're looking at what you have. Do you have anything interesting? No, you're terrible. But this chest has things for me. Good things for me. Mossy Rock, Agat, Adra Ainak. What's that for? Just money. 18 coppers each. Huh. This is money. Not currency in the traditional sense. Ainaks, or Eniacs, are awarded to Glenfathans for noteworthy deeds. They are palm-sized, intricately carved discs of Adra that commemorate the deeds of the recipient. They're like the US is something like this, like a coin that that they give to people. Like I think it's the president that gives to people. I don't remember what it is. You can buy them off of eBay like for $200. But they're not actually money, but they're worth money. So we got 2 items that I am going to be looking at because those things are rewards for quests that we did. This witch's hat is for a druid. I have a druid over here. What does that do? Athletics and dexterity. What does this give? Intellect. Do you have anything that gives intellect? Yes. So that's stupid. But also grants Mangpigri's curse. He doesn't have a modal thing for that, does he? He doesn't have modal things. Let's get that. It's not soulbound, is it? Combat only. Transforms the user into a Mampigra. 8 times? Does it have charges? It does have oh my god. Okay, that's cool. I'm not going to use it a lot, but that's really cool. What about this thing? Morning Gloves. Grants denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance on kill. Now, this was just extra defense, attack speed, concentration, endurance, and removes resolve. So that's just really, really good. And this adds perception. That's on kill. Who has the best defense? Okay, that removes his accuracy a little bit. That's 1 perception over there. What about this thing? Constitutional resolve. Dexterity. Okay. Endurance has that. Her accuracy is just amazing anyway. Okay. Goodish rewards, I suppose. Wasn't too bad. So, let's have a chat with Marshal Forwin, who talked to us outside. Lady Selenumbra, he says. I've received word that Lord Gathbin is amassing an army of mercenaries near Yenwood Field. It appears a peaceful claim to Cadnua is no longer possible. The Earl has sent me to aid you in forming your own force to counter this threat. I'm here in advisory role only, of course. The Earl won't officially take sides in the dispute. Why won't he legitimize my claim? It's a delicate situation. Legally, Lord Gathbin's claim is just, and he knows it. Stripping land and title from a noble family is quite dangerous, perhaps more so than killing the man outright. So we're gonna kill the man outright. With Gathbin dead, the Earl only need worry about blood vengeance from family members that actually cared for Lord Gathbin. Those, if court gossip is to be believed, are few and far between. Losing a family claim to land and title, though? Such disputes incite hatred from the entire clan and their political allies, not to mention the unease it causes among the other nobles. Wars are started for less. No, if Gathbin is to be denied, it will be you who must prove your legitimacy to the Earl and all others who would dispute your claim. This is what it means to be noble in Deerwood. That's not ease means, but sure. If there's anything else you wish to know, please ask. Let's talk about my army. Martial Lords. Where am I getting my troops? I've sent out a call for volunteers from the lands around Cadnua. Hopefully people will realize that being under your rule is preferable to that of Lord Gathbin's. That's a reason to help the people. Any hirelings stationed at Cadnua will also accompany you to the battle, so I suggest you acquire as many of them as possible. However, most of these men and women have no military experience. Hopefully you can gain additional allies. The Knights of the Crucible, perhaps, or the Dozens. And also, I think we can get more help. I remember giants. I had giants. I think I had dwarves. We can get a lot of stuff. So what's the status of my regular troops? 2 green and 2 few. If you go up against Lord Gathbin now, losses will be heavy. However, victory is still possible. We need to recruit more veteran troops. I know a company or 2 of veterans that would be willing to join us for a bit of coin. I'd say 10,000 coppers should cover the expenses. Okay, let's get that. I have the money. It's fine. What special allies do I have? He shakes his head. No one has offered their help, I'm afraid. It may be possible to find an ally in Defiance Bay among the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, or if truly desperate, House Doemenel. Yeah, I killed them all, so it's kind of not going to be possible. I've also heard rumors of Force Red Serens currently in the White March. Yes, we can go there. If you find your way that far north, perhaps you can sway some of them to join our cause. Okay, we will do that. How much time do I have? Enough. It's rumored Lord Gathbin will suffer a series of unfortunate and completely unforeseeable setbacks before his army is complete. Still, I'd not tarry long. Okay, I have a fortress with strong walls. Why not let Gathbin's army come to me? Lord Gathbin isn't fool enough to risk tearing down Cadnua just to kill you, and if you shield yourself behind these walls, he'll have free reign to torment your subject in the countryside. Earl Bademar will see you're in action against Lord Gathbin as a sign that you're unwilling to perform your duties as Lord of Cadnua. Losing his support will have dire consequences. Taking the fight to Lord Gathbin is your only option. That is actually the most bullcrap. This game doesn't do that very often. That is bullcrap. So, okay. Lord Gathbin goes around the countryside killing all the peasants. I hide in my castle. What does the Earl of the land do? He says, the lord of this land should be the lord that kills all the peasants. Makes no sense. But it's fine. We have time. We can come back later. It's all good. Now, we have a few things to do here. Not least of which... 2 days? No. 1 hour. 1 hour is fine. Fast mode. Yay! Let's see. Slaying the intro caravan is fond memory of this game, complete with narrator explaining the foul deed. Oh, I'd never try that one. But that's one way of doing things. Exception on kills. Yes, it's basically words of grief or whatever. Yeah, it works like that. What's the point? Indeed, Cloud. Indeed, what's the point of that? Especially because, well, it's a fort. So it doesn't work as a castle. But if it did work as a castle, I could bring all the people from the surrounding lands into the castle and hold out the siege. That could work. D3? What is D3? Diablo 3, I suppose? Oh, yeah, probably. Oh, PoE is not Pillars of Eternity, it's Path of Exile. Yeah. Yeah, Grim Dawn is really good. It's tricky to get into, I feel. But I'm probably going to end up playing that game again sometime. Although Path of Exile is probably really good as well. I haven't played it in a long while. The Lord of the Land who doesn't expend any effort to stop the murdering of his peasants doesn't deserve to be Lord. This is true, Dog Days. This is very true. The problem is the Lord that murders his peasants also doesn't deserve to be Lord. And I feel that he doesn't deserve to be Lord more than the Lord that doesn't do anything to stop that doesn't deserve to be Lord, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, Diablo 3 is more... I don't know. I'm proud of what I did in Diablo 3, but nobody will ever know. So, yeah. Well, I could tell you. Basically, I had a monk that was special. Probably like the fourth... I think it was the fourth best monk. It wasn't the fourth best player, but with that build, I was like the fourth best monk. And I had a really bad build, but it was a special build that later became very good. And I saw it early. It was a build that focused on mobility. And it was a monk as well. And for the first 2 weeks, I had like a fourth. I think I was a fourth at one time. It wasn't the fourth best player with that build. Well, I mean, how does that goes? So, if you have the build, you need to be monk. When did that thing gotta be ready? Come on, I mean, fast mode here. Waiting for things to be built. Oh, it's built already. Didn't see that. Yeah, but I had an interesting monk, basically. And it was a really unoptimized monk. But for the build it was amazing. It was the best one. Because I was playing like crazy in the first few days. Let's see. Real Money Auction House. You can't get over the Real Money. I can get over it either. The game is forever gonna be that. It still is. Excuse me. It's a shame. Because, yeah, well, the game was very... I mean, I was playing Diablo for that. I was picking up items that I knew would sell in the auction house. There were like... There's always like 3 or 4 stats that you need. And you just sell them on the Real Money Auction House. So just go there and sell it. And once you get enough money to buy the things you need, you just buy the things you need. Because you look for the things you need. It's very easy to get upgrades. Because it was all the selections and all that sort of stuff. It's just the game became a game of knowing the market, not a game of playing. So that was stupid. But it was what it was. Steward for Lord of Kadnua. Racing car monk. 3 screens per second. No, not that one. I wasn't like specialized on that. I was specialized. The build I had was a build for... Yes, it was a build for the little thing that loops around. But the Racing Car Monk is new, because they added a bunch of things later that allowed for a lot of more builds. Yeah, I agree with you, Tavin Hotep. But those builds are new. At the time, my build was basically focused on not using one with the elements, I think. It's basically a passive that allows you to have all your resistances be the same as your highest resistance. So what I did is I had all my items with add all resistances. So I didn't have that particular thing, which then allowed me to have a particular passive that I used for mobility. And it's just that was that. I basically could sustain myself because I could flee very easily, and I could just go around monsters a little bit with a monk. But at the time, the best class was the barbarian. I'm playing a cipher here in Pillars of Eternity, Floridon. A cipher basically it's a spellcaster. It's weird. It's a special spellcaster. It's really fun. It's really cool. Okay, so what am I gonna buy next? I could start from the top. West Curtain Wall. Yeah, let's go with the Curtain Wall. 4 days. 4 days is good. Don't do that. Do this. Okay, so where are we going? We could go, well, we're probably gonna go to Odnua, the endless paths of Odnua. We need to go underground, we need to kill some monks. But before we do that, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go for 10 more minutes. Before we do that...
Looks a little healthier than before.
That does not coincide with what he says after. That should be, looks a little healthier than before. But sure. And then we have all my my friends, my companions. going around. Where I'm going is I'm going to buy soulbound items. It's gonna be interesting. And also I'm gonna look at my tasks over here because I have a few bounties that I'm gonna die at. Because I've been doing them. I did them before and things did not go well. So let's see. Stricerdal is not here. He's Magran's Fork. We have Valewood. We have Black Meadow. And we have Elmshore. So this is the team. Black Meadow. Magran's Fork. Valewood. I need to go to Valewood. And Elmshore, which should be over here or somewhere. I think it's over here. I think we can go down there. So let's go to the Black Meadow, which is going to be 18 hours of journeyiness. And I didn't even rest, which was terrible. But it should be okay, because I can buy things. I hope it's going to be fun. It should be fun. Now, this is a really, really nasty fight. Supplicant has arrived from Twin Elms, seeking 10,000. I'm going to send an escort. You're crazy. I'm going to send him with his teeth. Just don't want none of this stuff. And if I remember correctly, he's up here, and things don't go well. Let's send a D2 up, because that's what a ranger does. Hello. Hello. Here they come. Okay. Divide and conquer is a very important strategy. We got Menpigorus.
Dead.
Okay, and we have a troll. Okay, that's fine. If I can control the troll, which I should be able to,
On.
I'm gonna be very happy. Okay. So the troll is on our side. You're gonna get out of there, Zelanumbra. Party member has finished their ability.
Stand
Okay, this is good.
together.
Oh, no. Oh, we got... Oh, yeah, because they teleport and stuff. Okay. So, let's get some spells on in there. Get that over there. Let's get you casting some spells as well. These guys, are they immune to what? I have no idea what they're immune to. Moonwell, what's that for? Friendly aura. Overwhelming wave. Does quest damage. Target. No, I don't want that. Form of damage. Wicked Briar. That's nice. But you can't cast that very easily. Does that work as I think it does? That's hobbled. Let's see if this works.
Dead on.
Nope. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, he got hit. Okay. You have to... Do they have a thing? No. Cast it over there. Okay, you're gonna turn into a beast. And you're gonna attack that troll over there, because this is not good. Itomak is in low endurance. Itomak is not alive anymore. Sworn enemy. This is not gonna go well. They're immune to slashing. Okay, I need to be careful with that. That's not slashing. That is slashing. That does pierce though, so it's fine. A slash and crush. Okay, you're gonna need this. It's weapon ineffective for Sagani. That's fine. Let's hobble this guy. Ooh, what is he doing? Finish the ability Pelagina. Oh yeah, because she's... It's fine. This is bad. Let's get that. Let's get Endurance to come up here and cast this. Troll interrupted Ravius. Okay, Ravius is doing his thing, and these guys are actually not... They're all fighting that troll, so that's really good. Okay, this is bad. And then you need to cast Circle of Protection here, because that's just really good. Durance finished his ability. She's really going down. Durance finished his ability. I'm gonna get another Puppet Master here. We got the Dweller. The troll is no longer ours to control, so let's get that, because that guy is very important. Hiravius is still in monster form. How long is that gonna last? I don't know. Nope, he's not in monster form anymore. change weapon. We've got a Mempigre in here. Ooh, this is bad. Okay, you're gonna need a potion. How much? 35. Yeah. That. She's dead. She's not dead, surprisingly enough. Okay, you do this. Durance does this. Please don't die, Durance. I don't know how he's not dead yet. I need to hobble you. I need to... Firebrand. Sure. Oh no, he's immune to hobbled. This is bad. Durance, can you get some very, very good heals over there? No. Well, you can. Just kind of a waste. Okay, Firebrand is up. Sagani finished her ability, which means nothing because this guy does have the wounding shot, so that's kind of nice. This guy's still fighting for us. I think he got healed. That is bad. Here I have finished his ability. I'm gonna cast Returning Storm if I can. This guy's just gonna be a problem. Durance is taking damage. Devotion of Faith. Let's see. That's good. Let's get that in here. If I can get those guys. No. Let's get this. Troll is not... Oh, this is gonna be bad. Hiravis is dead. Hiravis is dead. What am I doing up there? Get out of there. Yeah. Who are you attacking? Ooh, this is bad news. Just bad news all over. And I can send you so far away. Okay, you need proper healing there. So you need to attack this. I need to attack you. Okay, what happened? I don't think we can beat these. Second Wind, I have never played it. Yeah, I didn't play a Monkey in Pillars of Eternity either. I only played in Baldur's Gate. Oh, use Second Wind. I thought you were asking to play Second Wind. Yeah, I use Second Wind. Actually, Durance should be using it right now. And that's a good point. Just kind of keep forgetting it. Oh, Celanumber just got knocked down. Oh, lovely. Hiravius just managed good things. Let's kill this guy because he's so slow. Pelagina, weapon ineffective. So who are you attacking? Let's do this guy then. Durance taking a bunch of damage. That's normal. He's in the middle of that. Durance finished his ability. If I move, that's gonna be bad. So I'm just gonna try to attack this guy. What are we doing? We're doing this. Ooh, there. Durance low health. Yeah, Durance is gonna die most likely. I don't think he can survive this. Sort of in the middle of all that. Okay. Weapon ineffective for Durance. Oh, he's still around. Member finished his ability, so he should get a heal. Nope. He didn't get a heal. This is not gonna work. Because we're not even killing the Dweller. So what I should do is I should run away with Sagani. Yeah, they got the priest. Is she gonna be alright? She should be alright. Oof. Disengage, yeah. Get that. Okay, Pelagina is probably gonna die pretty soon. As soon as we kill this troll, we should be fine. Pelagina was knocked out.
Dead on.
Okay. So I'm running away with Sagani. And I'm debating whether I should come over here or not. Because Hiravis is gonna die.
Might need some help here.
Oh, freaking hell. This might work. I don't think he does. I think they patched the game. Okay, so he's dead. And I really shouldn't be messing with these guys. Gravis was knocked out.
You cannot venture forth while in combat.
I'm not in combat. There we go. The Belt of Royal Deadfire. For whom? I don't know who has this. I just got many things that are good. Let's see. Is it you? Oh, it's Dunas. So we got 3 might, dexterity, and intellect. Let's see if we have a duplicate here. We have intellect, so I don't need this. Let's put it over there so we can learn about that. Yeah, I didn't. Second wind is the Pillars of Eternity ability. I didn't get what you were saying before. 6 Chanters and 6 Hunters or 6 Monks. That's pretty interesting. 6 Chanters kick ass. I imagine they do. Okay, so now we need to be very careful with who's gonna get up.
Certainly.
Okay. Because the divide and conquer is real now. I don't know if I can save.
Right. I'm here.
I don't think I can save, yeah. Because we're in combat.
I'm here.
So. There's only 2 guys over here. This is a really nasty battle. Yeah, this used to work very well, Dog Days. This has worked very well, but it doesn't anymore. This strategy of getting your guys to just go away. I do have some summons. So I can help with that. I don't think... Good. It's good that these guys are dead, but I can still get their stuff. Okay. Must be used. You must be in combat to use that. No, I mustn't. This is gonna go badly. But I have some summons, so that's gonna help. Okay. So. We got Shades over here, and we got a Scarab figure, which is actually pretty awesome. Let's put it over there. And you have this. Right there. Okay, now the hope is that this guy doesn't come down here. He doesn't seem to. And then we have these guys fighting this. So that's the intention. And I can have the Shades as well.
Shot with this.
You can't use it? Let's attack that. Okay, let's hope that these things are enough. I'm also, let's see, so they're immune to a bunch of things. I need to just, they're not immune to blind, so let's try and do that. Yep. Let's see what we can do here. They're kind of holding steady. That one is immune to piercing. So that's going to be interesting. You really should attack that. Oh, this is going to go badly. Okay.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Okay, they're after her. Yeah. Ooh, now we have a proper thing. Okay. You really need to attack that. And you need to attack this. Okay, that's not too bad. Just need to keep an eye on who this thing attacks. And that thing has a lot of health. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, we got it! We got it! Okay, we killed one of them. Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this. I'm pretty sure a party member can only use one summon figurine per encounter. Per encounter, Dog Days. That explains it. Focus on the fire elemental if it has weaker defenses. Yeah, because that's just, I think I'm actually going to need to switch weapons here. Because this guy's immune to piercing, so we need to just go on in. And, oh no, that thing teleported. Oh, that's what happened.
At once.
It was a good thing I wasn't there. It was a good thing I wasn't there. Let's get you out of there. So that thing blew up and kind of hurt us. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's
Sure.
nasty. But we can kite this thing.
Got an arrow for this one.
Yeah, we have a bunch of them. 27 damage that I just did there. Just keep shooting at it. Yeah, the damage is quite something. Weapon ineffective, Sagani. It's not weapon ineffective. What are you doing? It's... Don't you see the damage being done? And the kitty is just after us all the time. Oh, that was a miss.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is a weird, janky battle. Keep at it. I can't reload my thing. Oh no, Sagani, get out.
Dead on.
That's a kill. Okay. Now we have a lot of people. Because these guys are going to get up. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. But at least we have our fighters. Oh, I should not be doing this. I should not be doing this because these guys are not ready for this. So Hirav is the only one that kind of... Well, Hirav would be nice to have. But I do have some healing. Specifically for her. And that's the only thing I
Ready,
have.
Watcher.
That's the only thing I have. So. Oh, they have a greater Earthbite. It's not gonna end well. What would real RPGs be without kiting? Indeed. Indeed. This is not gonna go well. This is gonna go very badly. I don't even know who he's attacking. Okay. Sworn enemy, that guy. You, is he immune to prone? He's not. Go for this. Well, how likely is it? 48, that's pretty good. Go for it. Is he immune to hobbled? No. So let's get that. Let's get some proper Pillars of Faith. Sets prone, does target crush damage. He's immune to crush. I mean, he's pretty good, but he's not immune. What can I do here? Pillars of Faith on his face. Weapon ineffective for Sagani. That's fine. You settle.
Ready, Watcher.
Spawn an enemy. Oh, wait a minute. You shouldn't be. Pelagina finished her ability. Flames of Devotion on her face. Durance just finished his ability. So another pillar of thing in the face. Ether finished his ability. Did it work? Itomak engaged greater. No, don't do that, Itomak. What are you doing? What is Itomak? I don't know. Let's get that over there. Oh, he's fighting here. Did we do damage? Weapon ineffective for Pelagina. Keep at it. Ether is now gonna die. The idea is so we don't kill the... Oh, that prone was good. The idea is for me not to take this guy, because I hope... Just keep attacking that. Yeah. Okay. Let's get armor up there. Let's get another hobbled on your face. No, he's got hobbled already. Okay, we got this. Well, I don't know if we got this, but the idea is what we have over here going between. No. Pain block. That's good, but no. Puppet Master on the Greater Earthblight. Why? What is Duras doing? Okay, I really... That's good. Just attack the guy. He's already injured. Weapon ineffective for Durance. What are you fighting him with? And where are you? You're back here. Okay, get around. Get around. Okay, Ether is taking quite a lot of damage. That's fine. Holy Power. That adds to his thing. Iconic Projection. Freeze the target. Oof. No, don't do that. Pulsing Seal. Divine Mark does burn damage, minus deflection. That's pretty good. Let's just burn him. He needs to be very close. Weapon ineffective for Sagani. Oof. You're just... Well... I noticed that. Can't do this. Can't do this. But we're out of time anyway. We're well into the 3 hours of stream. That was... I don't even know how she was taking damage. It's just the AoE damage that that guy does. Ah, well. We can try it next time. That's just gonna be terrible. That's just gonna be terrible. This battle. Freaking hell. I need to be a little bit better. You know what? Let's go to Anglos Pass. And let's start next stream there. The next stream is gonna be... it was a good try. Thank you, Tavern Hotep. Tavern Hotep. Quest updated. Winds of Steel. Oh, yeah. Because we have to help out the Crucible Knights. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna do that next stream. Because it's pretty late. I need to set up the videos for tomorrow. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And if you want to watch this stream or any other streams in its full, at double speed if you want, you can go on to my YouTube channel. And at the bottom of my YouTube channel, the bottom of the page, there's links with all of the playthroughs, all of the things I did here on Twitch, as well as all the Let's Plays that are there as well. But at the bottom of the page, there's things there. So you go to youtube.com/KernelRPG Gaming. And that's that. It's just at the end of the page, there's all the streams, including this one. So, yeah. The next stream is going to be, today's Thursday. Yeah, so the next stream is going to be on Saturday at the same time, here as well. And it's going to be Darkwood. And the next Pillars of Eternity stream is going to be on next Tuesday. But at the same time as well. So I've been going for more than 3 hours now, 3 hours and 12 minutes. So you can make the calculations regarding your time zone. Because for me, it's 12 past 1 a.m. and I start at 10 p.m. So, yeah. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you had a good time. Have a good night. Bye.